Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We're back with Dolmenwood tonight. This is I think, formally the second session where we are actually exploring one of the Dolmenwood modules. This one is the, I'm going to butcher the name of it, the Ruined Chapel, the Ruined Abbey of St. Clewyd. And so the characters came upon they were taking the road basically to head to Prigwort. They have a wagon full of wine, very expensive, very precious wine that they are looking to unload and sell. But traveling this way, they saw a kind of fairly still intact chapel, very old, that kind of caught their eye. I think caught the Friar's eye, and they decided to check it out. And of course, as it always happens in Dolmenwood, there's a little bit more happening here than maybe what initially caught our eye. They discovered that there were some children being kept in a tower who spoke of a Mr. Regan Bones as their caretaker. I think they told you that they were basically collecting teeth from the graveyard for him, and for whatever reason. And the group explored around a bit in the chapel, found some murals, some portraits, or some paintings that seemed to indicate that this is a place of reverence to a more modern Saint Clewyd. They had some interactions with some spirits, some ghosts that were some of the former monks, perhaps, of this place. They seem to have kind of limited interactions with you, maybe didn't know a whole lot, but there's some phenomenon there with some undead. And you had circled around to kind of the backside of the chapel. We're searching around. You found you saw that there was a residence there, perhaps maybe a home of like a friar or one of the head priests here, and then there's also a walled off graveyard to your north. And so I think the characters were originally going to head towards that residence, but right as you were about to like make your way in that direction, you caught the sound of a small child humming a little tune beyond that wall to the north. You couldn't see in that way, but you could hear the sound. And then it got real chill, real cold, as the fog started to kind of pull in Silent Hill style, just kind of around your crew. You saw a flock of crows kind of heading and flying in that direction. So I'm sorry. We were talking about like what had happened last time right before I came on, so I didn't really do like a proper introduction here of everybody. So I'm Alex, I believe the GM for the game, and in this session today, we have Ryan playing Sir Geoffrey the Knight, Winston playing Silver the Elf, Moreen playing Lillibeth the Hunter, Chris playing Thomas the Bard, and Dawson playing Topsy the Grimalkin. We don't have Issac today for the Friar, but we'll just make that work however it needs to happen. I guess as we begin, there is we have Thomas, who had been hanging out by the cart off the road. This group has experienced enough shenanigans with carts disappearing and such that this time they had somebody stay behind to kind of guard that. And so I think we'll probably rewind time a little bit to kind of see what has been happening with Thomas out by the road. So Thomas, the cart had just been pulled over to the side. You had been able to kind of observe maybe the movements of your party a little bit as they went towards the chapel. You would have observed them going up into the tower that is like kind of the first prominent feature in the yard there. You would have seen them come out of the tower, kind of with some disturbed looking faces, maybe a bit, and then they went and checked out the church. And probably after they went inside the church, that's like the last that you saw of them. So best you can tell that they're either still in the church exploring or have moved on to somewhere out of your sight. But I guess I'll turn to you and just kind of, what are you doing, or observations that you're making while you're hanging out, keeping the horse company?
I mean, more than likely, I would, probably be doing the standard guard thing, right? Kind of, loosen my weapon, kind of be pacing, maybe, any little noise that I would hear go 20, 30 feet off away from, the wagon and look around, probably be thinking about, kind of hearing the sounds of nature, as I've been known to do, kind of, hearing the cadence and stuff like that, maybe whistling a tune, maybe to kind of associate the sounds that I'm hearing with the melody that I can come up with.
It is kind of deathly quiet here. Unlike
really?
other places that you've been, it seems like there's not a lot of chatter from the trees behind you away from the church. Eerily quiet. Though you do hear sort of a hiccup sound coming from like behind the cart. Like
a regular hit, like somebody who's drunk or something, kind of a...
Yeah, it sounds just like that.
Okay. I will move along the side, attempting to be as stealthy as I can to kind of peek around and see what's going on back there.
As you kind of maybe quietly kind of peek around, the whole cart is laden with like these 30 or so casks or whatever. I mean, you take a peek and you see out of as the edge of the cart is just kind of coming around, and you're able to finally see behind. There's a kind of a translucent figure there, floating maybe a few inches off the ground, wearing robes, very emaciated, but seems to be kind of almost like inspecting the barrels, and once in a while just kind of pops his head back as he lets out a hiccup.
I will quickly move kind of, a couple steps beyond him or whatever, and kind of have, him between the cart and myself, or the wagon and myself. And I'll say, oh there, who are you? And I loosen my the magical moon blade.
It is I, brother Friedrich. Will, is that you? No, I don't know you.
Nor I you. My name is Thomas.
Thomas!
Are you aware of the state you're in?
Oh, it's just a couple of drinks.
It's not, was not what I was talking about.
These your barrels?
They are. Mine and my companions.
Oh, you've got some friends. Well, the more the merrier. Let's bust one of these open, what you say?
I'm not quite certain you would be able to partake
Come
of
on.
this.
I'm not that bad.
I'm not talking about your mental state, good sir. I'm talking about your physical state.
I'll walk a line. I could recite the liturgic alphabet backwards if you like.
So you are unaware that you are, by all indications, deceased.
Is it really that bad?
Yes. Do me a favor, sir. Can you reach out and touch, not your nose, but attempt to touch the wagon if you could?
And he moves his hand up and like kind of touches. You can tell like he's like not like, you can see like the fingertips kind of like very subtly pass through the wood. Oh, what witchery is this? You've put a curse on me. He starts to push it through. He pushes the boundary, puts his hand like fully through the barrel. Whoa, wait. This is excellent.
Oh no.
He just like dives right through, and you see him like disappear into like the wagon.
Good sir. I have questions for you.
He pops his head out. I can't drink. This is
that would be quite the predicament if one can no longer drink.
To be deceased, to be stuck at only 2 drinks in. Oh, this is terrible.
Are you, or were you, should I say, were you the high priest here, or?
No. That would be, that would be Loomingwill. I was just looking for him. Where did he go? He's just kind of turns his head back. He's like kind of looking towards the church. Well, like, he has something to do with this. I'm sure of it.
What is the last thing you remember?
Oh, I remember there was a lot of urgency. People were being called down into the crypts. I didn't make it, I guess you could say.
You do not know what killed you?
No, I remember grabbing a bottle and a goblet, and I think I took a stroll through the garden. I was trying to make myself scarce.
I see. My friends are inside. We do have a man of the cloth with us. Perhaps he may be more knowledgeable of what perhaps can be done about your condition. But I know that they were off investigating things because the place seemed abandoned. But if there's something that you could request that would be possible for us to, I guess, pay you, having a guide perhaps of the grounds would be most excellent.
Sure, that sounds good. Maybe we'll find Blooming Willow along the way.
Yeah, you could show me where you strolled in your gardens.
Oh, sure, yes. Follow me. He starts to kind of drift and make his way towards the old road that's leading through the gate, the old gate, and into the courtyard of the church.
And I do point out the building that they had gone in last, and I say, if we could stop and let my companions know that the kindness of yourself to kind of show us around. You had mentioned crypts and things. Perhaps if that's one of the last things that you remember as well, you could show us the way down there, and if there's anything untoward here that we could help eliminate, or at least figure out what's going on to warn others that they don't walk into something terrible.
I sense that they are towards the back. I think they are in the very gardens where I used to stroll.
Lead the way.
And he'll start to kind of lead you around. He'll kind of take you in between the church and the tower and start heading south here past the bramble. You would see there seems to be kind of like the hollowed out remnants of what might have been kind of dormitories for folk that were the priests and such here. Very simple dwellings that no longer have roofs. They just barely have like foundations still standing. And so he'll take you kind of around there, kind of to the back here. I don't know if you can see where the ping is, but kind of passing through this very overgrown garden at this point. But he'll bring you right through there, and you'll see your companions up ahead, standing before a statue that depicts a man with a full head of hair, beard, very saintly. You would recognize him immediately as Saint Clewyd, one of the more modern day saints. He lived only 400 years ago, so he's not quite as ancient as some of the others. And I think based on your bard background, would know he's maybe because of his recency, he is maybe one of the more prominent saints that folk in Dolmenwood would revere. And it is said that he came to the Dolmenwood and fought some kind of a demon who he killed, but his life also was taken in that same fight. And that sacrifice is what propelled him to sainthood. And there was a group of monastics that came out, dedicated the site where he died as a place to build a church to the one true God. Was once said to be the largest church dwelling outside of the one in at Castle Brackenwold.
So this could be 350 years old, this place, then.
Yeah.
Okay. As we're walking, I say there are my companions there, but speaking of which, you kind of could sense where they were. Do you sense anything else on the grounds?
I sense there are others like me, Shedwick. He starts to like name off what appear to be just like names of people that he served with or other priests. And he says Chade, Hodge, they're all here too. But
Are they close?
he kind of looks back towards the garden that you just passed through. I think Chade is there. I don't fear Loomingwell though. Where is he?
Well, perhaps we can assist you in finding him. And at this point, we're just going to keep moving towards these guys. And I say, "Hey, I found a friend."
And he'll
We
kind
always
of
see the ghost.
Yep, you see him floating nearby Thomas, and he kind of gives maybe a slight nod towards you all, and he says, "Brother Friedrich, it's a pleasure."
Oh, making friends with the locals already.
That's right. He was looking at our wares.
I bow courteously to him, coming across as elegant as possible, except I also look equally drunk. So, little hiccup. Silver the elf, how are you doing?
Whoa, an elf, and yet there's a kindred spirit between us. Say, you wouldn't happen to know where a fellow could get a drink around here?
Oh, I don't drink. Definitely not.
Oh,
I
pity.
think I'll point at the friar. I actually kind of curious. Does the friar drink? I feel like the friar drinks, right?
I think he does.
Here
he
does
does.
there, bud.
I don't think it's
He
his.
smokes.
Yeah, mushrooms and smokes, I think, are his primary go-to, but he drinks.
I think
a
I might
lot.
actually have a bottle of wine. Now that I say that, that we got a long time ago. I'll go fishing through my bag and see if I can find that.
How do you ghostify wine, I wonder? Do you gotta, like, kill the grapes a special way and it becomes ghost wine? Or do you, like, pour it out on the ground and then the ghost spirits of the wines rise up and then they can drink that? I don't know.
Well, I'll pull out a bottle of Inkling wine that I think we took this from the Wizard Tower.
His eyes get big. He's like, Inkling wine is my favorite.
So I'll uncork it for the first time, I believe, and I'll hand it over to him, knowing full well that it's just going to get poured through his ghostly body. But
Yeah, he tries to drink, and it does exactly as you suspect. It just passes right through him, and you can just see the pained expression on his face.
so sorry.
It's so sad.
I appreciate that you gave it your best effort.
I don't know, Topsy, I think your idea of maybe causing the spirits of the wine to rise up might work. Is there any way we could expedite that? I can't. I can't.
I mean,
talking about.
I think a human expression that is often quoted is pour one out for the boys is a common one I heard for some reason. You gotta just be like,
Oh, so if we dedicate the pour to him,
yes,
maybe he could drink it.
I'm all good for wasting some perfectly good wine. Let's do it. Hey, Silver, can you pour one out for Mr. Brother Drunk Man here?
Absolutely. So I'll take the bottle and just like pour one out reverently for this poor specter.
As you do so, he there's like a look of relief. He's like, I think it is working. I am feeling good. I am feeling that I am at peace. A feeling that I am going home. And you can kind of see his like translucent form is starting to kind of fade out. And he says, no. And he looks to Thomas. He says, my good friend, you spoke of going down into the tombs. Should you do so, you should know there is a secret door that you'll find in the gallery. Should you find it, look to the demon Zerzilprit, the goat-headed, bat-winged demon in the gallery. Behind his sculpted relief, you will find a passage. And he gives you that info, and he fades and disappears from view.
Oh my goodness, we killed another ghost. Oh boy. I didn't think that would work. I was just like making a joke of it, like pouring one out for the boys. Like you do it, right? That's what humans do, no?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good trick to remember in
It
case
is a
we
good-
want to get rid of one. Sorry, Thomas.
Oh, no.
Don't worry,
you're
Topsy.
fine.
I'm sure he's in a better place now. At least he's drunk.
He had stated that he didn't let me know when, but he had said that there was one of the last things that he remembers was there was kind of a ruckus down in the main hall and everything, and there was, called the other priests and stuff like that. But he grabbed wine in a goblet and went walking in the gardens, these gardens that we're in, and that's the last that he could recall. What have you all found bones.
Got some bones. We found some kids in a tower who were like, "Oh no, we can't upset Mr. Raggenbones. We gotta get teeth." Blah 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 blah. And then we went down into the chapel, and in the chapel there was like mushrooms everywhere. And then me and Silver, us, the most musical types, we started playing the piano in there. That was horrible. It was like terrible smell came out. Weird, like, I don't know, ghost music. I don't remember what it was. But ghost things came out, and we're like, "Oh, we gotta fight you now." And then we fought them, and they dropped some stuff. And then we came outside. We found a monk who fell down or died next to a well. Boy, that was crazy too. He still had his teeth. Oh, by the way, the kids are collecting teeth for this like undead thing. We think named Mr. Raggenbones. I think he has a bird head. I don't know. That's what the kids were drawing like it. And then we went to that. We found that stuff. I think someone found a cigar box. We gave it to the monkey because Apu is a big smoker. As we find out.
You see the monkey in the background with a lit cigar in hand, puffing away.
Okay.
And then we went back into the chapel and then uncovered a whole mural esque. You would love it. I'm not going to get into detail of it because I don't know, saintly stuff seems more saintly person, but you'd like it a lot. And then we came outside here, and then the friar ate some death mushrooms or something, and the ghost spirit who was like the caretaker of it was like, "No, it's good death mushrooms. You'll like it." And then we saw the statue, then you showed up.
It's mostly accurate.
You with that, but it is very, very accurate. Yeah.
So children
Yes.
Children.
collecting teeth?
Mhm.
That seems odd. Children
Well, the
from
teeth
where?
are-
Where? I mean, they were not ghosts, right? They were.
They're real.
As far as we know.
Did they
Well-
say where they were from? Because this place is kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
They just knew
Ah.
they'd lost their parents.
Mm. Mm.
They didn't seem to be too afraid of Mr. Raggenbone.
Still, it didn't seem the ideal situation for these children.
Oh, no, it's horrid.
They seemed healthy otherwise, though. I mean,
They ate something. What did they eat again? I don't remember what they ate. Do you guys remember what they ate? It was something weird.
Range.
It's very strange.
Wasn't it that they were eating worms?
That's
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Yeah.
like earthworms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed a bit exploitative.
Eat for worms.
So I know that we've, in general, had a good experience with the undead. I think this might be our final exception. An exception, finally. I think Mr. Raggenbone's a bit of a problem.
Well, he's obviously stolen the kids away from parents.
Yeah. And he feeds them worms.
And he feeds them.
And makes them collect teeth.
There is that.
Oh,
Also that.
one thing we did forget to mention. He might be in the tower with the kids. The kids are like on like the 3rd floor. He's on like the 4th floor. There's like no, that's his room. We don't go in there. We don't bother him. He like comes at certain points, and we didn't go upstairs. That's what we remember.
They did not recommend waking him up.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But they do see him daily or whatever. It's not like a couple times a month or something like that. I mean, it's for the most
Frequent
part,
enough.
Frequent enough.
I don't get a sense that they're actually operating on the same time scale that we are.
Right.
It's hard to know. They're not dead.
Alex, it's still like Silent Hill out, right?
Mm-hmm. And you can hear it sounds like a little girl whistling on the other side of that wall, kind of faintly.
That wall.
One of the kids was not with the others, I think. Remember correctly? It was the
Hmm.
girl that was out.
That's right.
So maybe we should check on that girl.
Sure.
So you start to move towards
Yeah.
the wall here. So you can see
Yeah, we
that the
step into the
graveyard
trap.
wall is about 10 feet high. Still relatively intact, although there's quite a bit of ivy that is covering it and causing it to kind of fail in parts. But you also can see on the back end here, there seems to be some kind of a building that butts up right along the wall, maybe 15 feet high, the peak of the ceiling there. And there's a bunch of crows perched on top of it looking down at you as you draw close. Stopping and looking at this, or gonna continue moving around?
Where do we hear the voice? Is it directly on the opposite side?
Inside the wall, on the other side of the wall.
And do we have a sense that there's like a door within eyesight anywhere? or is it just like a big wall all the way around?
So thus far, you don't see a gate,
Yeah. Okay.
but you haven't
gonna
seen
go
the
up to one of
northern
the-
side.
I'm gonna go try to probe one of the areas where the wall seems to be failing a bit, and just see if I could see through, if there's any cracks.
Yeah. You move up. There's definitely some part. You're able to find like a part where there's like a loose brick or a crack, just enough that you can see through like kind of a sliver in the wall. And it is daytime, so even though it's kind of foggy, you do see through the fog. It's a little blurry, but there's a diminutive individual, and you could tell that the whistling is coming from this girl. Looks like she's kneeled down. Looks like kind of pawing at the earth right before one of the many, many gravestones that are situated in very orderly rows.
Interesting. And how tall is the wall?
10 feet.
Okay. So I'm gonna say I'm feeling nervous with this whole situation, and say, so Geoffrey, you want me to boost you up?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So I'm gonna kind of just do one of those little boost him up, try to get over the wall.
Sure.
I'll assist him. Do the little, link fingers or whatever, and
Yeah.
offer him a foothold.
So, Sir Geoffrey, you get boosted up. You're able to grab up the top of the wall and kind of pull yourself up and over and drop down to the other side. So I'm just going to move the token in here so you can see inside the graveyard. This is kind of what it looks like. It is packed, full. There's no capacity here in this graveyard. And these are ancient graves. Just your kind of cursory glance at those around you as you drop down. Like the engraving is all faded and weathered and worn. A lot of moss kind of clinging to a lot of these stones, and some of them are even tipped over and failing. But there is, you have a better look at this child, a girl, black hair, your best guess, probably about 6 years old. Kind of clawing at the earth there.
And I guess I'll engage with the girl and say something like, so what you doing there? No, what you got going on?
You see that she looks up as you say something. She looks kind of warily around, like she's kind of gazing around the yard. And there's a bunch of crows that are kind of circling up overhead, and they all kind of like swoop down as a flock down to the ground and coalesce into this form of this skeletal creature with these big, gnarly crow wings jutting up out of its back. It's got a kind of ragged cloak that it is wearing, and these just gnarly talons, fingers that are kind of outstretched in front of it like this, and it just says, "Leave."
Alex, when we hear that, can we maybe try to scramble to get the other side with Geoffrey? I feel like I might just kill Geoffrey.
You're gonna try
I
to
mean,
scramble over the wall, or try to find like a gate and go through?
I'm gonna ask to get boosted up myself.
Okay.
To see if I can get like boosted up over.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the point where Joffrey's just gonna be like, hey guys.
I put my hands down for him to
Yep.
step in
Silver,
and boost him up.
you get boosted up. You get up and over the wall.
Can we climb the ivy?
Yep. Some of you are climbing the ivy. I'm going to say no problem. Like within the next few moments here, you're all, if you want to, going to be able to scramble up there. Topsy, are you going over as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like the entire party makes their way over. Doesn't seem like there's any intimidating effect here on Mr. Rag'n'Bones, who stands his ground and just positions himself in between the party and the little girl.
So I think I'm gonna, say like, well, before we leave, what are you doing with these children? They do not seem well cared for.
I care more than their wretched parents.
Well, that is neither here nor there. I mean, really, they're eating worms.
I fail to see the problem.
Well, I can understand why you might want to feed them worms, given that they probably look very tasty to you. But perhaps they need other food as well.
They don't complain. They are good children.
That
They
is,
know their place.
children have a place.
I'm teaching them respect, which is more than I can say for those who claim this land and build, and he kind of looks to the church, and build their monuments to their infant gods. And he can see, it seems like his kind of gaze draws towards the friar. I don't know if any of you are, but maybe Geoffrey, like you might have something of religious symbolism somewhere on you. Well, you've got that sword, maybe. It seems like he kind of like senses that that's a holy relic of the one true God. And he just kind of focuses his attention on the two of you and says, you try to usurp this land from its rightful claimants. Leave.
So are you like an aspiring dentist? Is that the thing here?
I collect the teeth of your infant gods.
Oh,
Faithful.
not mine. Is it like a experimental thing, a chemical thing you're working on? I'm just trying to see a thing, because teeth is very hyper specific. I know like some like humans who are big like knuckle bone collectors when they get like bounties and stuff, but teeth is very hyper specific.
He his like bony claw kind of reaches into his cloak and he pulls out this like taxidermied squirrel that just looks all diseased, and but it has human teeth like glued in with a big smile, and he just says, "This is what I do. It amuses me."
So, artistically
Oh.
experimental.
A
Understood.
little gauche, but we could probably show this in New York.
You know, it's not
I
too far.
have
I know.
more.
Do you have frogs? I know a person who was like into like taxiderming frogs, but giving frogs like human teeth with like little like pearls or wood stuff. It creeps me out. It's like of all the things give teeth, give it to frogs. Like, come on.
Frogs. Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm gonna use that.
Oh, great.
Thank you, Kitty.
Yep. Guys, this guy's gonna make frog teeth. I don't like them anymore. Squirrel, pretty cool. Frogs can't do it.
So, if not the infant gods, and you don't recognize Topsy's relative age in terms of deity worship, Silver, do you recognize Mr. Rag'n'Bone in any way?
Oh, I'm fairly young. I'm only 117 years old. So,
True, but maybe the legends of your homeland, or
sure. So, Alex, any lore kicking around in my brain of a bird skeleton man?
Not really, no.
Of course, I know the story. It's the story. No, we're like, no. I can't do that in this serious moment. But, I've never heard of Mr. Rag'n'Bones.
seems very much that you are of the earth and the animal, actually the birds, clearly the birds. Are you of you said you're of this land?
There is no more conversation to be had. It is
want
time
us
for
to-
you to leave.
Yeah. Then can we take the children who are also, not of this land and maybe get them something to eat and something to wear and other children to play with, because we will take them away and take care of them if you will allow us to do that.
I think that's the point where Geoffrey's going to sort of unsheath his sword and say, "This is not a negotiation. We're taking the children."
Why can't it be a negotiation? Jeez, Geoffrey.
You choose poorly. His wings get real big, and he just like suddenly becomes like twice as big.
Shit.
Roll initiative.
Oh man.
Man.
He wasn't negotiating.
I'm just gonna put this out here for everybody. We're like helping this one kid who's just collecting teeth for a dude who wants to make taxidermy squirrels. But you guys will let a child go onto a lake with an ancient, like, deep, old world being. And, like,
Not without
my
a fight.
teeth,
That was
taxidermy,
old enough for
Not without a fight.
unethical taxidermy.
It was her decision. It was, much as I did
She was
not
like a
like.
teenager, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a
I
little
think
bit
she was a
older.
teenager.
Well, she had gotten to be that old. Why can't I?
All right,
So,
so
your shot color.
who's your yeah?
I think it has to be Joffrey because Joffrey
Because I got you into this mess.
instigated.
Yeah.
Friar's going to come back and be like, "Why is everyone TPK?"
That's right.
Come on, this is the first guy we're encountering. there's no way he's gonna TPK us. He wasn't gonna let us out of here. He was gonna fight us if we didn't leave, and we weren't gonna leave. So.
The hubris
That's true, I
spell
wanna
is
find
ringing,
Dean.
Sir Geoffrey.
All right. So,
Interesting, yeah.
so I roll here.
Yep, roll a
Initiative.
d6.
A D6.
Well, hold on. Before that, any spell casting?
Oh, this is
Sure.
an initiative, right? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you have to declare
spells.
spells if you're doing that. I don't think glamours
Yeah,
are spells, so I don't have to declare it.
I'm gonna say the cleric would be the only one that would be.
Yeah,
doing
before.
anything.
Okay, I did also.
got
Let's
spells,
re-roll.
but-
All right, Mr. Reagan Bones is up first.
Shit.
And as he just kind of like comes stalking over to Sir Geoffrey and tries to hit you twice with
Ooh.
his claws. Oh,
Hey, I've got a question.
yes.
With the new Dolmenwood rules, kindred and class traits, decisiveness.
Oh,
Act-
that's right. Yep. So you guys would have won
first
the
when
tie.
initiative is tied.
That's right. So party goes first.
Yes.
Ooh. Booyah, gotcha.
Yes.
Any movement.
Oh yeah, moving up.
All right. Silver's in melee. Joffrey's in melee.
Oh yeah.
I
Melee
will
as
be-
well with silvered longsword
I'll be like at a middle point.
and
I'll
the
be.
short sword, moon sword.
Feel
I'll
a bit
be
bad
back.
about this, but go ahead.
Well, I want to be. I want to be using my short bow, so I'm not going to move up into melee.
Sounds good. I think Friar's in the back. He's pulling out the oraculary, preparing to turn undead. All right, range attacks.
Okay, so I'm going to use my silver-tipped arrows. Doesn't look like I could probably kill him using anything else. And I'm going to go ahead and use my short.
And what do we got?
It says hits C8.
That will miss.
Okay.
Any
And
other
inflicts
ranged
no
attacks? Seeing none. The Friar pulls up the oraculary and attempts to turn undead. It seems to have no effect on Mr. Reagan Bones. All right, let's do our melee attacks. Sir Geoffrey,
I rolled a natural 1.
natural 1, a miss. Silver,
17 and that's
Hits.
3 for the damage. It has a +1 on top of that if it's undead.
it is undead, so 4 points of
So he's
damage. You strike at it. As you strike, it cuts into his robe, clipping part of the wing. A bunch of feathers kind of flutter out, and he kind of howls and lets out this high-pitched noise. Thomas,
Yes.
you're taking a swing.
Yeah. Is it still working the same where I have advantage
For the
using
two weapon
weapons?
fighting? Yep.
Okay. All right. 16 and a 1. So thank goodness. So 16 plus. Oh goodness, been a while. I think I just have +1. That's all you get, right? Is strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 17.
Hits.
Okay. And 7 plus 1 for 8 points. Silvered longsword.
Silvered longsword. Seems to do
And
damage to him.
magic short sword, I think. So.
Topsy, was there something you were doing in the mid-range there?
Yes, I'm going to use a glamour. So, knowing the fact that I assume this creature is not a mortal or an animal, I don't know. But mainly, it's to shoo the kid off to hopefully distract them. I'm going to attempt to awe them. So it's up to 2 hit dice. I assume a child doesn't have more than 2. Like you see, like the wide, like toothy grin that I normally possess, like it elongates and gets wider, and the eyes just get like sunken black. She needs to make a morale check or flee.
Sounds good.
I like the way you think, sir.
Who would have thought a morale rule would come into play right now?
Heck yeah.
She makes it.
What?
What?
And perhaps you will realize that the reason why is because she is under much more powerful charm
Oh
by
my
Mr.
goodness!
Bones. She's under
Damn.
magical effect.
You know that's cheating, right? It's not fair. Sword. That's it.
All right, Mr. Reagan Bones is up, and while he did take a bit of damage there from Thomas, I think he's still going to direct his attention onto Geoffrey just because of the sword that you're using. All right.
And I'm probably gonna call him mean names. as well.
Yes. First attack misses. Second attack is only a 12.
Nope.
I rolled very low. All right. Initiative roll.
4.
Mr. Reagan Bones wins this one and is going to continue to attack Sir Geoffrey. That one is a 16 to hit
Nope.
and a 20 to hit. All right. You will take 8 points of damage, and you need to make a save.
No.
Save versus Doom.
Save versus Doom. So I want to roll under.
Over.
Over on
Over.
that one.
I did not save.
Okay. I just have to make a note. But you do not feel well, as those claws, they pierce through part of your armor, and those nasty, elongated talons of his dig into your flesh. Later on, should you survive this encounter, when you take that armor off, you're going to see that flesh where those nails dug in is kind of necrotizing. It's going to be all infected looking.
Not good.
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all.
Party is up. Any movement?
Melee.
Melee.
Same.
All right. Lillibeth, ranged attack.
Ranged attack again. Hang on. Sorry.
16 hits.
Okay, and this is with the silver arrow. So it's a 1 damage. So I guess it's another +1.
It deals damage. Yeah, it deals damage. If not silvered, I'll just tell you. You wouldn't do anything if not for that. So you've got the right equipment for this fight. All right, let's do our melee. So Topsy.
13 to hit.
That one misses. Thomas.
All right, come on. 13 plus 15.
That one hits.
Oh, for 8 points again.
Silver.
18 for 12. Actually, 13.
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled max. So
As
it's a
you
big ol'
hit it,
hack.
Mr. Ragonbones falls. And as he does so, his cloak kind of drops down over his form, almost like there's nothing there. His wings just kind of spread apart and just become a pile of feathers that kind of float down on top of the cloak, the shabby cloak that he was wearing. The impressive form that was before you is now just a pitiful pile. You see the little girl in the background suddenly kind of reach up, grab hold of her temples, and she just starts kind of weeping. And it starts as just kind of a low, kind of slow whimper, but then turns into full on just bawling like a kid that is lost in the supermarket. She's just says,
So
"Where's my mommy?"
I'm going to walk over carefully. I'm pretty sure I look very scary. A half mask on and everything else, but I'm going to get down at her level. And I said, I'm sorry, what's your name? What's your name, sweetie?
Violet.
Okay, Violet. I don't know where your parents are, but I do know where your brother and your sister are. Do you want to come with me to go find them?
She says, "You mean, are you talking about Bilberry?" And she just kind of looks confused, I think the other one's name is Willie.
Yes.
I don't know them. I mean, they're not my family.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were your family. Have you?
My mom lives in Prigwort.
Oh, what's your mom's name?
She says, Lady Theatrice Harrowmore.
Ooh, lady.
And Thomas, do you have what is your ability that allows you to recognize
You know
lore?
what? That kind of got changed.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, I still have monster lore, but they limited it because I had legend lore or whatever before.
Okay.
That kind of included monsters, but it's just monsters now.
Okay. I'll just say this. You for certain would recognize the name Harrowmore as one of the noble families that have dominion in Dolmenwood, that pledge fealty to the Duke.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I will say her parents are not just, they're royalty, not just some local lord.
Okay, that's good. You know who her mom is, and then we can potentially go and contact her and bring her back. So we know who your mom is, and we can take you back to Prigwort, and we can help you find her. I'm sure she's looking for you.
Okay. And then
Young
she's
lady,
yeah.
Violet.
No, Well, we've got to find the others.
Did your were you taken from your home and brought here, or did something happen to your, were you taken from your home in Prigwort? How did you end up here? Do you remember?
I was just playing. I was playing tag with my friends. We went. I know I'm not supposed to, but we left the village. We were playing in the woods. I don't remember what happened. I think maybe I was with those two boys.
Well, let us find them.
I should say, if she's having this kind of a crisis, I'm sure they're having a similar and are confused. I think we should go there immediately.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm gonna put my hand out and hopefully she'll take it and follow with us.
She takes
Not
your
only
hand.
that, I fear that Mr. Rag & Bones is just the icing on the cake.
I go up to Violet.
If the tapestries and stuff that we saw are any indication of what happened here.
Let's find the other children first, Sir Geoffrey.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying I think we need to speedy up because I don't think Mr. Rag & Bones is the only thing here. So.
I could not agree more. So let's move.
And we're not even certain whether we truly defeated him or just
he
sent him away for a while.
He sort of did the Obi-Wan Kenobi death there, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Sounds like an amazing hero.
I do want to check, take his cloak or whatever that fell on the ground or whatever and kind of flip it with my sword and see if there was anything under there.
The only thing under there is that squirrel, that taxidermied squirrel that he retrofitted with the teeth of the priests.
With the
apparently.
teeth. Okay.
How much gold is that for us? Experience points.
Not bad of a taxidermy job. I'm just gonna say that it's not terrible.
Traumatized kid.
So you can see that there is, there was a gate probably here at one time. It has since eroded and rusted away or whatever. But it leads to there's a little disused old trail that seems to hug along the wall of the northern side of the church. You wish to take that back? I don't think there's anything of note over here. So, yeah. So you,
we could probably logically follow that path which the child came in from, maybe to where the other children are.
Let's just see if a random event happens as you make your way over here. It does not. You make your way over, and you can see that bell tower. Wish to approach.
Does Violet do anything like go running up or?
She seems hesitant to approach the tower. You can tell she recognizes it. She says, I don't want to go up there. And she's kind of tugging at you to leave and go this way.
Okay. Well, I don't really want to leave you alone. But we do have to go back in and get the other children. There were 2 more children. We've got to go get them.
Maybe
Why don't we
go with her here?
Yeah, that's I was gonna say the exact same thing. You wouldn't mind, Mr. Friar Fitzpatrick, manservant of the one true God, sir?
Of course, I would have no problem staying here with the little girl.
Well done.
Hopefully, there's not another one of those Rag & Bones things up there.
Talking about a Mrs. Rag & Bones.
Does Mr. imply a marriage?
Rag & Bones 2, Abbey and Boogaloo. Oh boy, I would not want that.
So, yeah, Friar Fitzpatrick is willing to be the custodian here and watch after her while you guys go into the tower. So,
can you give us any kind of blessing before we go up?
Yeah, look at this.
Topsy.
Yeah, stop.
Can you do something where you can bring a lollipop out for the girl while she waits with your little magic thing that might make her feel better?
I was gonna do that, but we got a little distracted, and then a whole talk. Yo, Violet, what's up?
Kitty.
Yes, that is indeed my name, Kitty. We'll absolutely go with that. What is your favorite form of dessert?
Cake.
Cake? All right. Hey, hold your hands like this. Close your eyes and tell me everything you know about this cake.
Chocolate with frosting and a cherry. Yeah.
Excellent. And like with a little slight flourish of my hands, and then like, what's nothing here? Like there's nothing, and then once more, floop. Like I would say, a very sizable piece of chocolate cake, like a nice, perfectly cut. We'll say this is a wedge. We don't do squares here. Nice solid wedge.
Yep.
With nice little bit of like whipped cream on top with a nice
Kind of layer in there.
Oh yeah, it's got like that middle layer. It's like something like a crumbly crust that's almost like it. It's so good. It's gonna be so good. I think you like that.
Her eyes get real big. She goes and gives you a big hug. She's like, "Thank you, kitty."
I imagine she's just taller than me. She like towers over me.
And the only thing that ruins just a little bit is that she reaches out for that cake with her dirty worm gut hands and like grabs the cake and just starts devouring. But yeah, it's all right.
Heartwarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pretty cool to be a little kid and have a magical cat give you a chocolate cake, you know?
Yeah.
God, if I would have that, that would be amazing.
So, yeah, Friar will stay with her. And then you all wanted to enter together into the tower?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we need to find these boys and search this thing's room.
I'll lead. Question: are there any mechanics or anything I need to know about with this festering wound? I did
No,
survive.
I'm not going to tell you, but it's not good.
Perhaps we'll have
It's not good.
the good friar take a peek at that a little later. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're tougher stuff. You're a married man. You can't die yet. You're like invincible.
I'm gonna like look down at this necrotizing wound, and I'm just gonna kind of like cover it up. Be like, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Right now, it's probably small enough that you could convince yourself that, like, maybe this will heal naturally, but over time, that realization will sink away. But for now, you enter into the ground level of the tower. The walls here are constructed of limestone blocks, and you can see that there's a 4 foot tall marble statue in an alcove, undamaged, with arms spread in a kind of exalted pose. I think you examined. Did you examine this? I think you examined it before.
Mm-hmm.
This is a statue to Saint Woad, the patron of bakers, bears, and hammersmiths. Making your way up the staircase will lead you to the room where the boys are at. They are still here, just kind of sitting in their bedrolls as you enter up. It seems like they kind of withdraw, almost like they kind of pull the bedrolls up over themselves, like they're gonna hide or something.
We've got Violet downstairs, and we were coming to get you as well to take you home.
The older one, the 8-year-old, matted black hair. He just looks at you, almost like a scowling look. We're going home now?
Yes.
And then he just looks over at Bilberry. Come on, it's time to go. Let's go. We can trust them. And the little boy just takes his hand and they move towards you.
Okay, so grab hands and let's not stay any longer than we have to here. Don't want to go investigate upstairs.
You don't want to see if he's reconstituting himself up there or whatever?
Not until I get them downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, down at least down so that my brother can watch him.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're all...
And they all serve cake.
I'll stay here
I'll stay with.
while the children are being taken
Okay.
down to the friar.
So Topsy and Thomas are hanging back.
Lillibeth's taking everybody downstairs for sure.
And then Geoffrey and Silver, you're going downstairs?
Yeah.
I'll probably hang back.
Okay. So Thomas, Topsy, and Geoffrey. Okay. So then Silver and Lillibeth take the boys downstairs. Thomas, Topsy, Geoffrey, are you guys just like kind of staying put, or are you exploring further?
Oh, I'm exploring.
This floor or whatever, I'm going to check. Was she staying here too? I would take it all three of them were staying in this room.
There are 3 bedrolls, so yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll just look around, see if there's any, I don't, did she have a doll or something like that here or anything like that I would gather up?
Yeah. So you spend a turn. There's some ruined bedroom furniture here, so you're checking the bedrolls. You start opening up like the drawers of the chests, and inside the drawers of the kind of clothing chest, you find among some tattered overalls and such an alms box. and a weighty bronze key that's covered in liturgic inscriptions.
I need my brother to read that for us.
Other than that, everything in here is like pretty ruined.
Okay.
But you
I
found a
mean,
little
does
bit
it
of
seem-
treasure.
Yeah. Does the key seem like it goes to this box, or?
It's like kind of like a larger key. Like it doesn't look like it's probably for something. It's probably a door or a gate key.
Okay.
Ooh, did you say there was a box that he's unlocking?
Yeah, was the alms box locked?
No, it's not.
Oh, but
It's
I'll
a
hand it to-
nice craftsmanship. It's enameled,
It's empty.
empty.
Okay.
I would want to start going up the staircase. I don't know if there's like a checking for traps function, like as we're going up, but definitely want to get at least to the door.
Sure. I don't remember. Is that one of the Grimalkin specialized skills?
No,
It isn't, okay.
It might be like a thief thing.
Sure.
I don't have a find traps skill, but I have other stuff. Like I can listen.
Yeah, so you're just like kind of keeping out on the staircase as you head up. Probably a turn is what it takes. Lillibeth, Silver, you bring the boys down. The Friar, gladly will resume waiting with them. Any special actions that you're taking out there, or are you just dropping off the kids and then going back up?
I was debating going to check on Dragonbone's body, but I'm like, I have a sinking suspicion. How far is it? Like, I think like 10 minutes to go over there, you think?
Yeah, a turn to get over there.
Okay, I'm gonna go check the body, and I'll let Lid. I'm just gonna go check. It all happened so fast. I delivered that parting blow, and it just felt like he kind of evaporated. I just have a concern, so I'm gonna go just to make sure.
Okay, so Silver heading that way. Lillibeth?
I'm torn between following him and like getting the kids situated. So are we close to the wagon at this point?
You could you could see the wagon from the gate there.
Okay. I'm gonna give the boys each a ration, and because I don't have chocolate cake, and then I'm gonna go ahead and follow Silver.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to that. So the two of you take a turn to go over to the other side. Nothing happens to you on the way. Back in the tower, Geoffrey, Thomas, Topsy, you're making your way up to the next level, which is over here. So as you make your way into this room, there are charred pitted beams in the ceiling. Bell ropes hang through an opening, and all around in this room are stuffed woodland creatures arranged in dioramas on the floor. Human teeth sewn into the jaws of every animal.
I feel like I might have just killed a guy because
He was strange, that one.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna search around the room.
So you spend the next 10 minutes searching around the room. Pretty much what you see is what you get here as you're kind of like opening maybe the jaws, like looking for secret things inside each of the mouths and such. You don't find anything like that. It's just really, this macabre, like eerie, weird art display. And I don't know, maybe this would just be weird if you came upon it, but like knowing what like that the teeth on all of these creatures are from the dug up priests in the graveyard.
Are they easy to remove?
Not easy. You'd have to like have tools and kind of rip them out because they are properly attached with like adhesives and wire and stuff like that he's rigged to attach.
Yeah, I mean, what was his name, sir, or father or brother? What did I write down? Friedrich? Was that right?
The ghost that
The
you
guy-
met? Yeah.
Yeah, he said that there were other priests that were still around here. I was thinking maybe they needed their teeth to be buried and properly, I guess, before we would leave to put them to rest. But
Be a project.
sounds like a should we do check Rag and Bones' room?
I guess there's now that I see on the map there's like a center area. Is that just like a drainage for like?
That's where like there's that rope that's coming down from the bell at the top. Like there's a little a little opening in the ceiling that allows that to drop down.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, it seems like we not much here. Might as well head up. What do you think, guys? Or should we wait for the rest of the party? Or
I mean, it may not hurt to wait, but I'm almost thinking that before we leave, we should ring this bell.
Ooh, ring my bell. Ring that bell.
My guess is it would be a sound that anybody close probably hasn't heard, I guess. I mean, maybe it would be a way to let people know that, assuming that everything works out right and Rag and Bones is gone, we could at least let the people know that, the bells of St. Clewyd can ring freely at this point forward. But I would say we wait for Lillibeth and Silver.
Yeah, just in case the S hits the F.
Yeah.
So over.
It almost seemed too easy to defeat that guy.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Although, we'll see.
Yeah.
Might not be too easy when I rot away.
As I was daydreaming a little bit, did someone see Glenmore pulling a rope that rings a bell?
There was talk. Yeah.
Like you see, like I'm going full grabby hands and like just grasping the rope.
If we are going to do it, Topsy, you will be the one to do it. But
Right now?
no, not right now. Not yet.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Are you positive that I'll be the one to pull it? Because if something happens, I'll tell you, I'll be very upset with you. I will haunt you all your days.
I vouch that Topsy is the one that rings the bell.
Remember that. 'Cause if you don't, if it doesn't happen.
If we ring
Luckily,
it,
the
you
monkey
will
isn't
be
here,
the
so
one.
That's good.
Huh?
I said, luckily the monkey isn't here, so
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
over at the graveyard, Silver and Lillibeth are arriving. You're entering past the rows and rows of gravestones, and you're making your way down to like the southern side where you defeated Mr. Rag and Bones. And you start to make your way that way. You're approaching that building that kind of, I don't know, maybe it was a place where the Undertaker worked or lived, but there's a small building on the south side. You go over, Silver, and you're looking for where the remains are. You do see a cloak there, but like all of the accumulation of feathers that had been there before are gone.
That's not good. I'm gonna pull out the little feather that we got from the ghost creatures.
yeah.
Does it look familiar to what I was seeing whenever I saw Mr. Rag and Bones?
Um,
Or different type of feather?
let me just review the description of those.
Those were light feathers, right?
I think you're
Yeah.
right, but I just
Yeah, I think they have almost like an ethereal glow to them a little bit, whereas these, the feathers that had been here were kind of like that just stark black crow feather.
well, Lillibeth, I maybe it evaporated or disintegrated as some sort of evil laying on hallowed ground or something, but whatever it works in your religion, I guess. I think we need to go back as fast as we can.
I agree with you that we need to go back as fast as we can. And I don't know what you're talking about, my religion.
Don't all you humans believe the same exact thing?
Oh, sure, just like you do. Are there any ravens or birds or crows still on the rooftop over there? I don't know. I can't see.
A single crow lets out a squawk that's perched up on top of the structure.
No, just one.
No, like
Is it all overcast still, or is it kind of?
Yeah. Yep, still overcast, still pretty foggy.
So maybe while we're
Yeah.
walking back, we can talk about the finer points of human religions, and maybe you can tell me a little bit more about what goes on back in
Absolutely.
Polk.
Certainly, I'd love to take notes.
Okay, let's go.
And I've never played Silent Hill in game. Correct? Like my character's never
No,
played it.
no.
No.
You haven't been to Barovia, like you're not familiar with these things.
Yeah,
Just weird weather.
it's so foggy, and that enemy we killed is okay. All right, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, let's go back to the tower.
Just reminds me of the Droon over and over again.
I was wondering about that. What did it ask? Oh well, maybe we'll get a chance.
We'll say you all reconvene there on the next level, the level with all the taxidermied animals. So Silver and Lillibeth, you get to witness the bizarre scene here.
Did he really make a cow?
Momo.
Oh, why? None of this makes any sense.
Was everything all right down there? It took you longer than I would have thought.
Well, good news is there's only one crow left. Bad news is we did not find the remains of Mr. Rag and Bones. So they either disintegrated or recorporalized, I suppose, is the alternative.
Like his cloak was gone?
Oh, I think his cloak was there, right?
The cloak was like the only thing that was there.
Yeah, cloak was there. But all the feathers and bones and so I guess you could say the rag part was there, but the bones part had
Was
absconded.
not. Was the squirrel still there?
No.
I didn't
No.
check.
We said there was only, we only saw the cloak.
You forgot the
Oh,
most
you
important
left
part
the
of the squirrel. You left the squirrel. That's like our quintessential evidence if he's still there or not, because he had a great fondness for that squirrel. He kept it, and he cloaked the entire time. You lied to me. We love that squirrel.
Cannot believe I did not check for the squirrel. I was a little shocked at the moment.
Sure.
They blow away. It's their feathers. Wind.
That's right.
Squirrels don't blow away. I don't know. It's a real big wind. But squirrels, man.
Yeah. A dog could have come by
Taking the squirrel.
and the squirrel and the bones and the feathers and
Is the squirrel in here?
put it back.
No, no
Is the
squirrel
squirrel
here.
in- no squirrel?
All larger animals like elk and goats and a badger, and seemed like that was just his travel one.
It's Binky.
He puts it on the airplane tray table when he's sitting on the plane.
When he's playing bingo, he has all these things lined up.
Stroke it for good luck.
Well,
Let's go up to the next level and see where what his room will reveal.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the top level where overhead is the conical roof, which supports the infrastructure that hangs the big brass bell with the rope dropping down through that hole down to the previous floor. The entire level here is just caked in that white bird waste.
Ew. Do
He found
have
his
to walk
bathroom.
in it? It's bad for your lungs. Just put a handkerchief over my mouth and start.
It is free of. There's no birds here currently.
The bell is still attached to the
Yep.
thing, right?
From your perch here, you can see down. You can see the friar. You can see the children. Looks like he's like maybe telling them some kind of story. They seem enthralled with whatever he's telling them.
Is there anything specific about the bell that we should pay attention to? I'm going to take a look for sure. I can't read liturgic.
It's a very heavy bell. It's in very good condition yet, despite the fact that it has a lot of bird waste and such maybe clinging to it. But you could tell, a little bit of TLC, and this thing would be shining and, could be restored to its former glory. But yeah, no writings, no markings, just an attractive looking bell.
Should we? Doesn't really seem to be too much here. Do maybe a deeper look before we head down. Look for any kind of loose stones or anything.
You spend 10 minutes searching about on the top level here. You don't find anything out of the ordinary. No secret compartments or anything like that.
I thought our departed companion, not the friar, but person for whom we poured a cup, didn't they say something about looking for a statue?
Yeah, he'd stated that, I believe, in the church proper, in the gallery, that there was a statue of a demon. I'm not even going to attempt to read what my note says. Zil Prod. Yeah, Zerzil. And behind that statue, there was a secret passageway down to the crypts. That may be where we find this Yehu.
Go ahead, Geoffrey. I didn't want to interrupt you. I wonder if you can say the same thing I was going to say. Now I'm curious. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't recall. Have we seen the statue? I don't think so, right?
No, you haven't gone down there.
Oh, that was totally different than what I thought you were going to say. I was going to say, isn't there like a secret little passage in the abbot's quarters that's on the backside of the chapel from the ghost farmer gardener guy? Oh yeah, we met another ghost, by the way, Thomas, when you were gone.
You had a ghost? You met a ghost?
Yeah, the gardener.
2 ghosts.
Ghost galore. But he said there was one in the abbot's room, I think is what he said, that leads down a secret, super secret way. Man, this whole place, I'm gonna put it between us here. They're just kind of messed up. I mean, what's the need for all these secrets and secrecy and human portraits and statues in the church? Like, come on. We're gonna have to have a word with the friar. We have the opportunity of who this whole religion thing you guys going on. Secrets?
Oh.
Come on, open book.
We did have questions about Clewyd's depiction. You're right. There's something strange going on here. Clearly, there's something strange going on.
And at this point, I will relate to you. I don't know if you guys remembered, so I mean, I guess I'll just off the cuff try and repeat what I was told. But it seems that this particular monastery was after Clewyd had died. Those, I mean, I would guess perhaps our priest friend, brother Frederick was one of them, but they had not too long after Clewyd had fought that demon and died, they came out and built this place in his honor. So it's highly possible that, there are some fairly important pieces of religious history or whatever out here dealing with St. Clewyd. Not that I know that for certain, but this place was built specifically to honor him and what he did.
Ooh, should we show Thomas the mural room again of the main worship chamber? I think he'd like it. You can piece together what we missed, because I think it's what we gathered a little bit too.
Oh, Silver, show him the feather. Show him that feather, because I don't think he's seen it.
So I'll pull out one of the feathers that we got from the ghost bats or ghost birds. Check it out. Kind of spin it a little.
Sort of a ethereal looking crow feather. It's got sort of a glow to it a bit.
But it's white.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is like a ghost feather, more or less. I mean, a feather from a ghost, and it is, well, that's odd.
There's definitely some kind of an otherworldly power, I would say, or attribute attuned to it.
Does Thomas wear a cap or a hat or anything?
I do, yeah, actually.
I'm going to give you the feather. Choose what you want to do with it, but you could just write in your hat, or you could sell it.
You could call it macaroni.
Instrument.
Yeah, I was good to say, yeah, stick a feather in my cap, call it macaroni. Well, thank you, Silver. Trying to see if there's anything that I can do with this.
You do all sorts of things, Thomas. I believe in you.
Well, as far
Use
as
it as a pen, turn it
being
into
as far as being a bard, I was, but
Ghost
write-
quill. Oh, Geoffrey, that's an amazing idea. Give me a ghost quill.
yeah, the only thing would be is if it actually belongs to an actual monster, maybe a monster lore check, but that's really kind of the only thing that I suppose that I got on that.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what? Yeah. Because it is a part of a creature, so I think that
Of an actual creature?
Yep.
All right, let's see. What my monster
Details of
lore?
any ghost birds from the campfire.
I got a 4, 5, or a 6. Come on now. No, a 2.
The only thing, maybe as the discussion is going on, like you're thinking, yeah, maybe it could be used as a quill of some sort, but like what properties that would bestow, you're not sure.
So it has the look of it being ethereal, but when you touch it, it's actually a physical thing.
Yeah, you can touch it. It just kind of feels like warm, I guess, in your hands.
Interesting.
Pleasant.
Rather amazing.
They went from being horrible to being amazing. So clearly there's something transformative, not corrupt about them anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of what Mr. Rag and Bones was.
Well, they also did try to kill us too, so there was that. We were just trying to play music.
Say that again, Topsy.
Oh, we were playing
You
organ.
didn't see this creature.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we saw him. We were playing the organ, me and Silver, and it was pretty great. And then these things just like whoosh, and they're like and then they try to pick our eyeballs out, and then we killed them.
Okay, weird.
So shall we go?
Yes.
It's really burning my lungs at this point, and I don't think there's anything more underneath all of this for guano.
No, I think the children were mistaken that this was his room. It might just be how he entered the place.
Oh, well, I mean, look at the floor. Maybe he just sat on top of the bell.
Well, I would say this is probably from the crows, not him. I'm guessing. That I don't know. But I think...
I'm going to go ahead and start heading towards the stairs.
Yeah. Were we gonna try and check the crypts before we leave, or do we want to perhaps head to Prigward and come back to this and get the children out of here?
I mean, I would like not to leave the children just like hanging around, but it also seems like a
Why do we fight? We fight for
whole
the
thing
booty.
to go
Why
back
do we
to.
wait? We wait for the booty. Why do
Yeah.
we die? We die for the booty.
And think how disappointed the super dead ghost monks would be if we just ditched their, like, you could help us. You can help us take this problem down, and we're just gonna ditch them.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty mean.
My brother is watching the kids. He's plenty capable of keeping them safe while we do this, you know?
So real quick, I'm going to
Yeah.
cut in and say thanks, Lord Gosumba, for the raid. Appreciate y'all stopping on over after your show tonight. Thanks for the follow. Hey, Tony Winslow
Thank
Brill
you.
just followed. That's awesome. I played with you at GameholeCon a number of years ago. So what we're doing right now is we're playing some Dolmenwood. We're playing through the module, The Ruined Abbey of St. Clewyd. The characters have dispatched with a pretty gnarly undead character called Mr. Raggenbones, who had held a couple of children here captive, making them dig around in the graveyard for him. So the party has liberated them, and right now we're in a conversation of kind of what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I fear that if we do not, check out this, if he is coming back, if he was not actually defeated, he's probably gonna, well, number one, be pissed, and number two, just go grab some more children or something to look for the teeth and stuff. But
I agree. I think
I
we should
agree.
just clear this place. Try to.
try to anyways. Yeah.
Birds appeared long before we got to this space.
So is the group consensus you want to go to the church?
Yeah, we'll leave the
Yes.
kids with the friar.
Okay.
Maybe have him
There
go to
was
the
that-
wagon.
I'm trying to remember. There wasn't anything that was key. We could use a key on that we've seen.
Not yet.
So
Before we do that, let's give the key to the friar and have him read what the key says. Didn't it have a bunch of writing on it or whatever?
yeah, so you go out to the wagon. You can see the friar there trying to entertain the kids, reciting some stories of saints and maybe some of your own adventures in the dolmen or whatever, just trying to keep them entertained and telling some stories that are of the less horrific nature, I suppose. You go and you show him the key. He takes a look at it. And he says, "Oh, this would appear that this was once the key to the front gates here. As you can see, likely not useful any longer." You look over, the gates are just like kind of hanging off their hinges and such. And sure enough, you can go and like size it up, and it fits like in the gates that once locked the courtyard.
Oh, maybe it opens other spaces too. So let's just keep it.
Keep it with us. Yeah.
All right. So you move forward and you pass through the ruined doors to the chapel interior. Vaulted ceiling here is 28 feet high. Big, huge, gaping holes in the ruined roof. There's mounds of rubble that have fallen in and kind of clutter this entire place. There's a few pews that are toppled and rotted and infested with mushrooms, and lots of vegetation that has overtaken the church here. At the front, you can see the altar, big mosaic behind it. You can see the organ in the northwest corner that Topsy was telling you about. And all around the room, you can see these mosaics that the party has kind of stripped away all of the vines and moss and everything and exposed so that you can see them. You can also take note as you're passing through the area here that there are staircases here that lead down. I don't believe the party has checked those out yet.
No, we had intentionally gone all the way around the top. I think we go down, right?
Yeah.
Were you wanting to look at the concealed mosaics, or the once concealed mosaics once more, for Thomas's sake?
Yeah, please.
So basically there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the party has kind of ascertained that these are maybe in chronological order. So I'll give them to you in that pattern. So the first one each one has a little plaque on them that is inscribed in liturgic with a little saying. This first one says, "Of faith waxed full." It depicts Clewyd as a young boy standing in a dark, twisted wood, observing a deer and a badger approaching deferentially towards him. The second one is titled "The Stone Uncast." It depicts Clewyd as a young man standing by a road through verdant fields, sternly but mercifully regarding a miserable-looking man supplicating before him. The third has a plaque that is entitled "The Pure Unfettered." It shows Clewyd as a bearded, middle-aged man, admonishing a group of soldiers as several shackled prisoners look to the saint hopefully. The fourth reads "The Wicked Punished." Here we see Clewyd as a bearded, middle-aged man standing in a courtroom, handing a coin purse to a young man and woman as another bursts into flame. The fifth one, "The Sanctimonious Exposed." Clewyd as a bearded, middle-aged man, admonishing a figure seated on a throne as a throng of disheveled, emaciated villagers looks on. And then the final one is entitled "The Miraculous Resurrection." Clewyd as a bearded, elderly man hunches over a corpse on a slab as its eyes begin to open.
The miraculous, what was that?
The Miraculous Resurrection. There is another mosaic behind the altar that I have the image for, which depicts St. Clewyd as an elderly man in blood-stained robes struggling to his feet amid rays of light descending from above. He wears a ruby ring. A scarlet unicorn lies dead next to him. The inscription reads, "Of evil vanquished."
So there's from this maybe his ring, the unicorn's horn. What's that at the bottom? That red thing.
Oh, it looks like there's maybe a mushroom there.
Couple of mushrooms or something.
Mushrooms.
And it looks like on the ends you've got these people with wings, right?
Yes. And a very skinny person with wings on one side. The Zuzu.
Yeah, if you look at the actual altar that is there, the physical altar that exists, they match up. And so those are little cherubs and imps that are depicted in the stonework.
Okay.
There's no stairs or anything there.
Not near the altar, no. Just those two staircases on the north and south wall.
Okay. At the moment, I have no insights on
The monster.
on this. The only thing that I would make note of is like the title on this one, "Of Evil Vanquished." It's "of" is not capitalized, so it's like part of a sentence or something like that. I would think if you're titling something you would have "of" be capitalized or something like that. But
that kind of looks weird capitalized if you ask me. There's a big O next to an F. I mean, it's two big letters. Can't really do that.
yeah.
It could be just artistic. No, ... "of evil vanquished." Come on, let's go down the stairs.
All right, you want to go down the stairs. Which staircase would you like to descend down?
That one seems fun. I'll point towards the north.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go north.
Sounds good.
Anybody got a torch?
We had a bunch in the cart. I'm sure one of us got a torch.
I probably got a torch in my inventory somewhere. Boop, boop, boop.
Topsy's lighting up a torch.
I'll be, considering I'm the only one with non-magical stuff, I'll be the torch bearer.
Got it.
I have 3 torches. I will light one up. Boop.
At the bottom of the stairs, there is a door. You check it over and everything. You open it up, and leads you into the central crypt. Sandstone blocks make up the walls and floor of this chamber. The undercroft is vaulted 30 feet high. Rows of massive pillars, limestone, supporting the ceiling and chapel. The ceiling and the chapel above. You see that there are translucent pink vines that are kind of dangling from the ceiling and curled around the pillars here. And you can hear the sounds of rushing water that seem to be filling, sounds like to the east. And indeed, you do see like kind of a canal right down the middle of the chamber here. You see that there's a number of coffers laid out before you, and quite a few of them have their lids tossed aside open.
Which direction is the water flowing?
It's flowing from right to left.
Thank you.
I'll approach one of the coffers that's open.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you saying with the coffers being open that they've been pilfered?
This is probably where they got teeth. Where the kids
Victim
got
teeth.
teeth, maybe.
They went all the way in here.
These are ornate tombs or ornate coffers. They look to be in pretty good shape. Empty, as you look at the first one. We'll say the name on this one is Abbott Growed.
Albert Growed.
Abbott Growed.
And the foundry is just black for me, Alex. I don't.
Is it black for everybody?
No, I can.
No, I can see.
Okay.
Oh, I can see a little bit.
The
Maybe
light
should
is
I?
around the game master's token. Where
Yeah,
the
Chris may not
button-
have access to that token or visibility of that token or something.
Yeah, I just refreshed. There we go. Now I see it.
Oh, now you see it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, so this is where all the bigwigs are buried. So being the dirt, you being stone.
Well, as you're lingering here, taking this in, you hear some shuffling about in the distance. Attracted to the light that you've brought in, you see 5 undead. Looks like Abbott. They're wearing liturgic robes that are hanging on their desiccated flesh. Pale faces. They're just minimal intelligence behind their eyes as they they shamble forward, and they are going
Brother, when you
to
need.
attack.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
But
give
it's
me an
turned.
initiative roll.
I'll
Yeah.
try to run out sometime from undead.
Yep, you don't have them when you need them, right?
If I'm still calling, I rolled a 4.
All right. The undead go first, so they kind of creep up on you as you're checking out the coffers and such, and they there are 5 of you. So each one of you is going to get one of these undead trying to grab hold of you, and they each attack with a claw. So first, Sir Geoffrey, a 9 will miss you. Silver, a 16 to hit.
Think that just hits. Let me double check. Oh, 15. Yes, it hits.
You take 1 point of damage. Let me
Cool.
see what else happens.
Save versus death.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 hit point,
No.
Yeah.
and
Aye,
you
aye, aye.
incur a -1 penalty to your attack rolls and saving throws.
Is that Alex? Is that a permanent -1 to my max? Do I need to track that?
You will need to track it.
Good.
I'm going to tell it to you because it'll make it scarier. This gets removed after you gain a level.
No, man.
Here we go.
Silver, I
Lillibeth.
Ouch.
What was the other -1? I'm sorry.
Attack rolls and saving throws.
Also.
Yep, and then your hit point maximum by 1.
Oh,
And these
God.
are
Right.
these are cumulative.
This is horrible.
Yep. You
Run
just
away.
you stepped over the boundary of like where like, you know, the level zone is where like you're like too high the monsters are too high level or something.
Yeah.
Lillibeth an 11 to hit.
Nope.
Thomas a 16 to hit.
That hits.
You take 2 points of damage, which also is 2 points off your maximum hit points, and then the -1 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Yipes.
I guess it's better than losing the level. That's what I think they're trying to replicate here is like level drain.
Yeah.
But let's see, Topsy, a 12 to hit.
No.
All right, party's up. Any movement?
attacking the one on me.
Yeah,
Yep,
same.
same.
All right. Yeah, technically you're all in melee, so you can't really move. So melee attacks. We'll start with Sir Geoffrey.
15, 18,
That hits.
6 points.
All right. He's still up. And we just had a Camus just redeemed player reroll for you all. So very nice.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
get
you,
that
thank you.
added in here. They need that big time. All right, Silver.
All right. I'm taking the -1 on the roll here. Oh God, can I use that reroll immediately?
Use the reroll. Absolutely.
Wait,
Use the reroll.
I feel like we gotta. We gotta kill these things. All right, let's try it out. Boop, 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 boop. 18 for 9. 18 for 10.
18 for
Good.
10. It is still up, but
Oh
big
my
wound.
God.
Lillibeth.
Okay, so I guess on the one on me, I am using. I still have the bronze sword, right? Yes. Okay. Oh no. I'm pretty sure 3 does not hit.
3 does not hit. Thomas.
I rolled a 13 and a 16 on my dice, so 16 plus 2 is 18 minus 1.
Hits.
Well, it is just a minus 1.
Minus
right?
1 right now.
Okay. So 17
That hits.
for 9 points.
9 points. It is still up. Topsy.
Can I smack it with a torch, or can I drop it and actually use a proper weapon and to hit it?
You can drop the torch. I'm gonna say there's a chance that it goes out, but you could drop it.
Yeah. Poor humans can't see without it. Well, neither can I. So I'm just gonna punch him in the face with the torch. Just,
Okay. Yeah.
set him afire. I don't got magic weapons. I got fire. Scary. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Max
My first
damage.
torch.
Do you have a
Well, no.
strength modifier?
No.
So 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
My first ever melee hit. I did it, everybody. I was gonna say I was aiming for the one that's because I assume we're all clustered together. The one that's silver hit is like I feel like I can
Okay.
tank mine a little better. I was trying to get one that was already wounded.
Sounds good. He's still up. All right.
Yes.
Initiative roll.
Come on, do good on initiative.
All right. Nope. 1.
All right.
Roll.
Oh,
reroll
that?
I'll give it
I
2
think I gotta
seconds
use the
here to
reroll.
see if anyone redeems one.
Oh shit! We should have saved the reroll for the niche. I forgot about that.
Oh, it was 1 reroll.
It was 1 reroll. Yep. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Zombies are
Dang
good.
it.
Or the undead abbots are good. I guess they're not zombies. They're more powerful than that. All right. 1 on each of you. Sir Geoffrey, an 11 will miss. Silver, a 19 to hit.
Oh, Jesus.
no, jeez.
4 points of damage. 4 points off your max. You're now at a -2 to attacks and saves. Miss. Thomas, a 12.
That is a miss.
Topsy, a 16.
No.
Party's
I'm a
up.
little armor cat.
Let's see. You're all in melee, so yeah, I think you're all doing melee attacks.
Mhm.
I'll start over by Topsy.
I got a torch and I know how to use it. The one that's on silver. Ugh. 5.
Miss. Thomas.
Yep.
I rolled a 4 and a 17, so an 18
That hits.
for a whopping 3 points.
That one's still up. Lillibeth.
Okay. 6 is not going to hit either.
6 does not hit. Silver.
That's 18, even with the -2. That's
Hits.
nice. And that will be for 5 points.
You managed to finally, after hacking at this thing, bring Elfheim down. It is an undead slaying sword after all, and it brings this creature down. Oh, and you just got another re-roll from Camus again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Save that for the initiative.
Yeah, right.
And then Sir Geoffrey.
9 or 13.
13 misses. All right. Initiative, right? Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Come on.
6.
Got a 2 on that one, so party's favor. Sir Geoffrey, you want to bring him back?
Do it. Right. That's 16 plus 4, that's 20.
Hits.
Right. 6 points.
That one is still up.
Oh my god.
Silver. So you just slain the one that was on you.
Yeah, so I will swing at the one that was on Thomas next, assuming that we're kind of all in a throng.
Yeah.
Okay. Still a -2 and a 1. That doesn't do it.
Lillibeth. Not
No.
so good. Thomas.
I rolled a 5 and a natural 20,
Ooh, natural
So-
20 is max damage that you can do.
which is 9 points.
You bring yours down. So the
Yes.
pendulum is maybe swinging into the party's favor after a kind of gnarly first few rounds. Topsy.
Torch on Abbot Joffrey's one. 17.
Hits.
Is it D3 for a torch?
D3.
Come on.
1.
That's the number you didn't want. He's still up. All right. The undead abbots on the on the edge of your light are still attacking from the shadows. First one is attacking Topsy. A 14 misses. Thomas doesn't have one. Lillibeth has one. 14 to hit.
Yes.
Oh,
That is going to deal a whopping 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Your
That's not
maximum
great.
hit points are reduced by 6 hit points.
Wow.
And you now have a -1 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws until you level up. And then we still have one on Sir Geoffrey. Misses. All right, initiative time.
come on.
I rolled a 6. All right. The undead abbots. Oh, yeah, you want to try to reroll on that?
Should we? Or we've only got, how many do we got left?
There's one reroll there.
Just one.
I think it's important that we win initiative as much as possible.
Oh,
But-
they got you another one. So if you want to spend
Do
this
it.
one right
You
away
can
on
try
the
it.
initiative.
All right,
Try
we'll
it.
try. We'll
Thanks,
try.
Nick.
Nope, same thing. 3.
Same thing. All right, the abbots are attacking. First one on Geoffrey. A 10 misses. Lillibeth. Cock die. 4 misses. Topsy. A 12 misses. All right.
Yeah.
Party's favor. Topsy.
I got a torch and I know how to use it. On the one that's on Geoffrey at the 18.
Hits.
Yes.
1 point of torch damage.
Its cloak just like ignites in flame, and the abbot just kind of tries to like walk away, and it just collapses into a
Nice.
shambling cinder pile. Nicely
Nice.
done. 2 left. Thomas.
Come on, advantage. 1 and a 16, so 17.
Are you attacking the one that has been attacking Topsy or Lillibeth?
Probably Lillibeth.
Okay, that hits.
For 2 points.
All right, he's still up. Lillibeth.
16.
16 hits.
4 damage.
4 damage. He's still up. Silver.
Also going after the one that Lillibeth was getting. And 19 for 11 damage.
That one
Ooh,
goes
nice.
down. 11 was what you
Nice.
needed.
Heck yeah.
1 left. Sir Geoffrey.
All right. Nope, I miss.
We do have a reroll.
Let's do it.
We have one last reroll.
Let's
Might
do
as well
it.
use it.
16.
16 hits.
All right, damage. 5.
All right. He is still up. Initiative.
Come on.
3.
4.
Mm.
So this one is attacking. Yeah, still Topsy. Misses. Topsy, your turn.
A torch and I know how to use it. Oh, died.
Thomas.
Ooh, 5 and a 20 again.
Nat 20.
Nice.
In that 20. So 9 points.
9 points. He's still up. Just needs one more hit. Lillibeth.
Please. No.
Silver.
Oh, miss.
And Sir Geoffrey.
15.
Was that 15?
Yes.
15 hits.
Yeah.
And that's 6 plus 2 is 8.
You bring
Wow.
down the last of the undead,
Oh my gosh.
and they are slain. You do note, as they drop, each one is wearing a dented but solid gold oraculary around their neck.
We'll be taking all 5 of those.
They don't need it.
Someone mark
Yeah.
that down. You got 5 solid gold oracularies. They're worth 300 gold pieces each.
Oh, that's really good. That's 300.
I'm gonna,
So
Is somebody marking that down, or I can type it onto my
Yes.
inventory?
I got it.
You got it? All right.
And
Nice.
it's worth 300 each?
yep.
Fellas are looking a little rough there. You guys want me to like kind of take points on this one? Someone wants to be the torch guy.
I can be the torch guy.
Why not? But I also will remind you, you have noticed I am pretty incredibly armored. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I still have no magic capacity in any terms or way to harm magic things. So just putting it out there. If you got a fairy problem, I got a sword for that. But boy, anything else? That's Scott's a torch. I draw the cold, and I draw the steel sword, and realize the cold steel sword's like probably not short sword because it's weaker. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, I'm point man.
What's that?
Topsy, can you cast spells?
Not in the way you're thinking, but sort of. Glamours aren't really spells. There's things I do.
Can you read scrolls?
That is a GM question. I don't know.
Like
Can only
arcane
spell casters-
scrolls.
Yeah. I knew that some
No.
fairy can.
Or the only like illusionists can do that, or enchanters.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's be an arcane spellcaster. There's like a scroll I think that anybody can cast. It's like a protection. I don't know. There's a couple, but like an arcane scroll, you have to be a caster to use it.
I think
How many come-
I don't know if the rules have changed, but Elf in the previous rule could cast scrolls at like level 2 or something. I don't know if they can anymore, but I wasn't sure about Grimalkin.
I'm checking. I'm not seeing anything in terms of scroll casting.
Let's see.
I'm also checking if I like learn spells at a later point.
Yeah, it says elves have a natural affinity for arcane and are able to use magic items that may only be used by arcane spellcasters, so they can.
Okay.
Grimalkin.
I've got a scroll of lightning bolt I've been holding on to.
I don't see that
spells.
on the Grimalkin sheet, so
Okay. That makes
good.
sense. I was just curious.
Alex, is it possible to take like a 5-minute bio?
yeah, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll come right back.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Thanks for hanging, y'all.
Hey everybody, we are back. We're playing Dolmenwood. I forgot to pop up the art here of this gnarly undead abbot, so there he is. There are 5 of them. Offline, while we were on our break, everyone was counting up their experience points, trying to see how long all this shit's gonna last. It's not looking great. But so you just defeated these 5 abbots. You have claimed from them their oracularies, and you are still just at the threshold of those stairs that led down here into the crypts. You can hear the rushing water to the east, the coffers, empty, many of them in front of you, but you don't have a full... The space is quite large. You don't have a full scope of this entire area. What would you guys like to do?
You don't think it would have been... Go ahead.
First,
I was just going to say, I say we move forward and hug the wall.
do we want to check all the coffers, see if there's any loot in there?
We can.
I
That's
don't
fine.
think it could hurt. It's probably empty, but if there's a couple gold pieces, couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm seeing 5 empty, or at least the one was empty. I'm seeing 5 crypts, and there were 5 guys. So
You spend a turn here searching. For the torch, Topsy marked down 2 turns. One for the combat and then one for the search. So you search through the coffers. You will get an accounting of the names on them. And from left to right, it's Abbot Shadwell, Abbot Adelbert, Abbot Clewyd, Abbot Pontith, and Abbot Legworth. I don't know how important this is, but I can copy and paste these and put them in the Foundry.
One of them sounds familiar, but I don't know why. Maybe they mentioned it earlier. And then,
You want to lead
So
your
that's
group
all
over
it's
here?
yeah, let's do it.
Moving about the room, you eventually will see that the little canal that is allowing this water to flow seems to go through a little corridor there to the west.
And there's more room to the south that we haven't checked out. And it looks like we can kind of see the edge of another
Pool?
crypt.
Oh,
or
another
something
crypt,
down
yeah. Yep.
Do we want to check that out, or do we want to go into the room over here that we can see the water's coming from? Yeah, I have a feeling if there's more coffins, there may be more zombies.
right.
Agree.
Although I don't think we want them behind us.
I think maybe, I guess what we could do, we could check the coffin, see how many are empty, have a sense of the number that are wandering around, maybe.
I like that.
So I think we should do it like a campy
No,
vampire
no.
movie from the 80s where they open the coffin and immediately
Yep.
start stabbing whatever's in there.
Kind of keep going down, right, to try to get a sense of the size of the room, how many coffins, if we're dealing with stuff, and, maybe if there's something at the other end of the room.
Sounds good. The first one that you approach has its lid cast to the side. On it is the inscription Abbot Quibbleton. It is empty. No sign of the interred. Move over to the next one. Flip over the lid. Start smashing, chopping. There's nothing inside. This one reads Abbot Lullingford. And then the same thing happens with that third one. Abbot Shrubwick. Empty. No sign of the interred.
And do we see an end of the room as we kind of walk down, or does it still look kind of wide open?
You see another
there's a door.
door here. Your guess is that would go up to the other staircase from the chapel level. And then as you come around here, you'll see this pool, and then you'd see that there are stairs that seem to lead up to kind of a raised platform that continues. This pool, that raised platform feeds the water down, so it's kind of like a, I don't know, lack of a better word, there's a small waterfall that is feeding into that pool. The pool itself is kind of frothing. It's kind of white bubbles kind of collecting up around the edge, and then tumbles into the canal and feeds this channel. It looks like around the lip of the I guess the foundation that makes up that pool, there are empty statue bases.
Do you guys want to check out that raised platform before we decide where to leave from here?
Yes.
Yes.
Our main goal is to try and find that statue.
Right, the demon one?
Yeah.
Is that Zuzabu?
Yeah, something like that.
Zabu Zibu?
Yeah, it was that. Exactly. Zabu.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Pazuzu.
Zuzubu.
As you approach,
So,
go ahead.
Alex, real quick, you said there's empty statue like pedestals. Is it like where there used to be statues? Is that kind of the implication? Or is it like
Yep. Just like around the ring. And it becomes very apparent what has happened as you get closer and you take in. There are 6 cherub statues that are animated and swimming about in the pool. A number of them are kind of spitting out water, trying to hit the other. And some of them are diving in, but they're animated. And there's like one that's like flying about somehow. Its wings are allowing its heavy limestone statue floating around up above the pool. And I would say that, as weird as that is, it's probably not the thing that has your attention as you draw closer, because behind it, up on that raised statue, as your light comes into view, it catches on this just bizarre looking swirling pool of color that is in midair. There's a deep humming that you can hear from this rift, in reality almost, right above another pool of water. There are 8 angelic statues that circle that pool up there, 5 foot high. They ring the pool. These ones are not animated, but they just seem to be hugging close to that pool with that rift of swirling purple blackness just hanging above.
it seems bad?
Yeah.
They seem happy.
They do.
Do we probably want to stay away from the swirling blackness and not check it out too.
There's other places to check out first, I think.
What the hell is that?
There's also a door that you see down here.
Or seems safe.
I'd like to go up and listen to it.
You go and listen to it? Give a listen check.
Here we go. I think I have a 5 or a 6. Where is it? Boop, boop, boop. Yep, 5 or 6. Boop. 3. No.
The sound of the humming coming from the rift is just too overpowering to get a good read on this door.
Noise is too annoying. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, let's just go through.
You want to open this door?
I'm gonna bash it. I'm gonna kick it right open like we belong there.
I'm just trying to try to get the token here.
Oh,
not that you stepped into the room, but so you can see it.
It looks so much worse.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
You open up the door and you can see rough-hewn walls slathered in living flesh, pulsing. There are 3 pillars in here that are made up of muscle and bone that support the 15-foot vaulted ceiling above, which is just dripping with oozing pus and blood. There are dozens of stone shelves that line the walls, interspersed with flesh, and the floor is covered with hundreds of skulls that are just creating this maddening, chittering sound.
Wait.
And they are not just chittering, but like you can tell there's like this. It's almost like a conversation that is happening. You can hear words that they're trading about, but it's like hundreds of voices talking at the same time.
Oh, hell no.
Close the door.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Let's close the door.
For another time.
No, we didn't see that. Oh, Jesus. I think I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna pop. I did not want to see that. That was some Hellraiser stuff. Geoffrey was just not prepared for it. You know?
Yeah, this
Boy.
He's gonna think twice before kicking in the next door.
It's my first time for everything, and that definitely was a first.
Yeah.
What the
Joffrey,
heck
roll a
could that-
sanity check.
What the hell
Yeah.
could that possibly be?
Do you really want to know?
It's better not to think about it. Just put that in the little box in your mind, buried in the backyard.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Whoa. I'm gonna pop again, probably. Oh my god. Well, why don't we just check out the other side of the room?
Yeah.
Sure. We'll mark
All the
this
way
area
out
as the area of to be continued.
Mark a turn on the torch. You all get away. The statues, the animated statues, seem to not care much about your presence. So as you get to here, you can see that there is a pool up ahead where this channel drains the water. There is a giant frog, actually 5 giant frogs that are
Oh, great.
seated in that pool, croaking.
They have teeth.
Do they,
They-
Alex?
I'm
That was my-
gonna say they don't have visible human teeth adhered
Not
to
yet.
them. No,
Okay.
Not
they
yet.
didn't. They didn't meet Mr. Reaganbones yet. So,
Brutal.
let's see. What else do you see over there? I think that's all you can see from there. Yeah, you can see that there are 2 doors, wooden doors here, with gilded door handles. Each one has each one is carved, has an oracularly carved into it, and they're kind of glossy lacquered doors.
What do you think the chances those frogs are benign and won't attack us?
Almost 0.
Yeah.
So here's my thought.
What do we got? Do we have anything that explodes?
I got poisons, but here's what I was thinking was I think they're going to be a problem no matter what we do. We leave one torch here. I go back to where this bridge is, and I set up my lantern and go boop, illuminate the area. We stay far enough back and just pew 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 with our bows and crossbows.
Are they all clustered together, Alex?
Yeah, they're kind of like lounge. They've a little bit of space in between them, but they're just kind of like lounging in there with a bubble of personal space.
Yeah. Is it possible that they're lined up in a straight line?
I'll say like 3 of them are.
Okay, just
I'll also
put it in the back of my brain.
ask when we say large frogs, Grimalkin large frogs or human large frogs?
Like human size, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
You'll
think
hear, like-
So
you'll hear-
what you were saying is you want to put the oil of an oil flask in there? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean I say we stay back a bit. You all have ranged weapons, right? Like you'll hear like Topsy's like pulling out the crossbow. You hear like the string go back as it clicks into place.
I would never. I don't think I even carry a ranged weapon.
Oh, that's right. You're a knight.
Yeah, the knight
It is
doesn't.
against my belief system.
yeah.
That sounds dumb. Come on. There's a time and place for everything. This is the perfect time to get your archery skills. No?
No.
All right.
Come on. It's easy.
gonna pull out the
You
scroll.
can all shoot and put a fight in front.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna pull out the scroll lightning bolt. I'm never gonna use this if I
Arrows.
forget about it.
Okay.
So, question for you, Alex, before I do this and kill myself and maybe everyone else. Is this
Does it bounce?
can I keep going like for possibly 60 feet?
Yeah, I don't know what's down there, but yeah, why not? There's like there's like a little portcullis gate that like is closed down over that, so
Oh,
like maybe there's a chance that it would just hit that and then ground it into the water, but yeah, I don't know.
okay. All right. Stand back. So I'm gonna pull out the scroll of lightning bolt, and I'm gonna cast it on the frogs and try to shoot like a straight line through them.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm just gonna let you like have all 5 of them like possibly get hit by this.
Yeah. They're in the water or
They're
something.
in the water. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so I need to do. Feel free to read the spell, but I believe I have to do a save, right?
Yeah. So they have a save versus.
Versus massive kill you.
I just had it. Hold on.
Is it blast? I think
It is. Yeah, it's Ray.
or ray. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They have to roll a 13 or higher. One makes it. Second one does not. Third one makes it. Fourth one does not. Fifth one does not. So 3 fail, 2 succeed.
It's gonna be a 3d6. That's my level cast And then D6. That doesn't work. Hold on. Doop. So it'll be 12 points of damage to the ones that don't save, and 6 to the ones that do save, and then whatever happens to the bolt.
All right. 3 drop, 2 still alive. And the bolt.
Do like fish flop up from water.
It strikes into the metal of that grate and like it seems like it absorbs it all and like shoots it down into the water. Roll me an additional D6.
All right.
You want a 3 or better.
6.
The lightning grounds into the water and seems to bring like a secondary shock to those 2 that are in the water, the ones that saved, and they also drop.
Yay.
Oh,
That was a good use of the lightning
Oh.
bolt.
Good use of the spell, yeah.
Oh my god.
You had that the entire time. You never did it.
Well, it was honestly a little scary what would happen. I thought I might die.
Oh,
I've never done that before.
reasonable.
but you didn't
All
die.
right. I did not.
So
Okay.
with that, you are able to enter into the chamber and kind of scope it out. There are the 2 doors here. The channel to the north.
They have oracularies on them.
Yep. The channel to the north seems to lead to a set of stairs that leads down. Yes.
Yes.
It just looks like it like leads down into maybe a wider pool. And then to the south, it looks like there are some vaults, probably tombs.
One question I have, Alex. Ooh, go ahead, Moreen. Sorry.
Well, I just wondered if they were closed. What can we see?
They look like you could see right here,
Mhm.
sarcophagus closed.
Okay, thank you.
Do you guys want to check those out?
Yeah. These.
Fright Night style.
Hey, Alex. Does the construction of? I mean, I don't know that I would be able to tell this or whatever, but does the channels and all that stuff? Does it look like it's part of the original construction, or is it something that is newer?
It looks original.
It looks original because this is a weird thing.
Yeah, we
Good.
didn't take a chance to look at the pink stuff either. Not that I want to go back and look at it. I think I have an idea where it's coming from for that room.
It doesn't match the flesh and bone edition, you know.
Yeah, that looks new.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
The feng shui is a little off in this place.
Do you want to do some
So-
searching?
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's Fright Night these kitties.
All right.
Hey,
We'll
now.
kind of rapid fire through this a little bit. You're taking a lot of time checking them out, looking at inscriptions and things like that, doing your due diligence on this. But first one, stone coffer. It's labeled Prior Mums a lot. It's basically empty as you open it up. There are some shreds of cloth on the inside that look like they might have been from a liturgic robe or something like that, but other than that, empty. You move across to over here, checking this one out. It says Prior Jobsworth.
It might count, guys. We got a lot of dudes walking around out here.
How many of them are ghosts and how many of them are
It's old.
seriously undead?
Their corporal bodies are not here, so unless somebody, deterred them, they got up and left themselves. Is my guess. I mean, I'm not a genius. My brother's not here, but there would be some kind of remains, cremains, something, right? This seems like we've got some shambling buddies going about.
You open this one up, and there is a corpse inside that promptly sits up and is ready to get into some fighting with you. Roll
I think
initiative.
we're all like sword ready, just like waiting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, don't we get a surprise attack? Just like,
Six.
don't they do that in this game?
I did a surprise to see if you got the jump on him, but it wasn't a surprise.
Okay. We tried.
The false sense of security from the first one's like, they're fine.
So I rolled a 2,
Yeah.
got a 6. All right.
Ooh.
So a bunch of melee attacks are hammering down on this guy, right? Topsy.
Hopefully.
I am using a sword.
I'll give you a plus 2
16.
because he's sitting in the coffer. You got okay. You hit.
18. 4. And this is big sword damage. 7 points of sword damage.
Okay.
Not magical.
All right. He'll take half of that. Thomas.
I want to try something. I don't attack. I move and take I don't know, something. I don't know. What do I have? I basically want to scoop up some of the water out of this thing and throw it on it.
Okay. It doesn't appear that it is holy water, unfortunately.
Very good. That's all I wanted
Lillibeth.
to see.
Okay. I am not using a sword for this. So I have 3 things. I have the short bow, the Morningstar, and that big bronze sword. So I'm switching to the Morningstar. And
That'll
as an
miss.
8.
Silver.
So good news is when I was looking at my character sheet to realize I have 10,000 experience points left to level up, I found out that I have not been adding a +2 to my attacks this whole time.
Mhm.
So
Oh, from the undead bonus?
No. In the way that it works is a elf at level 3 of a +2 to your
Oh,
attack.
gotcha.
So it's not affected. It's not accounted for in the platform or in the whatever. So I'm just gonna roll it straight because it's technically a +2 -2 to add on to this. So it doesn't matter. 13.
13. I feel like
Situational
it was a
+2.
14. Oh, yeah, you got that +2? That'll bring it up.
Yeah, if we're getting a +2 because it's sitting in the
Yep.
coffin. Yeah.
That'll hit.
So for 6 points.
6 points. He's still up. Joffrey. Might be muted.
I rolled a 17 plus my bonus is 21.
Hits.
4 plus 2 is 6.
He goes down. Got him before he could get you.
Does he have a holy symbol on?
He does.
Made of silver, perhaps.
Let's see. This one. A silver. Actually, it isn't an oraculary. It is a silver pendant. Like, it kind of looks like an oraculary, but it is, the inlay on it is both silver and gold, which is a indication that it is associated with St. Clewyd. St. Clewyd was associated with both silver and gold.
Okay.
Put it on my character sheet.
Man, it's a good thing the Friar isn't here. He'd be really having a word with us, but he ain't here to question it.
All right.
And that one is worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next one.
Keep this chuck wagon rolling.
This one is Prior Good Enough.
Good enough.
The Prior's corpse is inside, but does not rise. And he's wearing a ring of gold and ruby,
Whoa.
We're gonna have to take that, aren't we?
worth 300 gold pieces.
My brother's not here.
We gotta get 50,000 gold pieces, guys.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
This is a noble quest we're doing.
Gold
Can
ring with ruby worth 300.
This is a strategic absence for Isaac to not be here for this.
Very true.
Although I don't know, would the Friar care? Like, he's not really that dedicated to
I
preserving. I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
Hard to say.
Depends on how many times he got hit by those undead,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I don't think the golden ruby ring is holy. The other things might
No.
a little bit.
That's the exact thing he didn't stand for. He's gonna support us. He'd be so happy when we come back.
Next one says Prior Calamite. It is empty except for a few bone fragments. The next one here, Prior Hethro. It is empty. Move on to the next one.
The ones that we found so far.
I think, well, as far as like bodies,
Yeah.
there was one that had a body in it, but it didn't animate, and then the one that you fought.
Oh, there's a name, and then it was empty. So maybe they've been wandering around as undead.
Oh, my count is 6 possible
Empties.
empties.
You open this one, you'll get a surprise round. There is a animated undead abbot. This one is Prior Wondred. So free round for the party. Sir Geoffrey,
Yep, 17 plus the 4 is 21 for 6 damage.
6 damage. Silver,
So 19 for 4.
Lillibeth.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a crit.
Now, which weapon is this though?
It's the Morning Star.
Okay,
What's blunt?
not super effective.
No.
Okay,
Thomas.
Be a 19 for 5 with
Okay.
the silvered longsword.
Topsy.
Still the +2.
Yeah.
11.
All right.
Hit
Roll an initiative roll.
5.
All right, you beat me. I think with enough rolls, you're going to kill it in this round, so you managed to take this one out. Inside here, there's a gold censer
guy.
worth 250.
Nice.
Okay.
Next one is Prior Macel. The Prior's corpse is interred within, does not animate, With him is a pearl and ebony prayer beads worth 200 gold pieces.
Fellas, we should rob more chapels often.
Right?
That's right.
All right.
How
this
much was that one?
That one
250.
was 200.
Oh, sorry.
The next one is Prior Longworth. I will see if you surprise him. You do. Let's start with Topsy.
I got a sword. 16?
Hits.
It will be 4 halves to 2.
Sounds good. Thomas.
13 for 9.
Did you factor in the +2?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay.
So it'd be 15
All right, that hits. You said 9
for
points?
9. Yep, max damage. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Lillibeth. Going back to the magical sword. That one misses. Silver.
miss. Oh, 11.
Miss. Geoffrey.
Uh-oh.
Miss.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun. Now I gotta determine who is going to hit. I'm going to make it random.
Wait, was that a surprise? Or we not get the surprise?
Oh, you did get a surprise, didn't you? Yes. Roll initiative.
We're gonna choose though. We'll find out.
6.
You guys win. Let's roll. Geoffrey.
All right, that's a 20 with
Okay.
my modifier and then 4 points damage.
Oh, he's still up. Silver.
22 for
You
3.
take him out.
Nice.
There was a chance.
Ooh.
This one has with him a painted icon of St. Clewyd worth 100 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's some shit to sell, folks.
Every little bit helps.
Okay, getting down to the last few remaining here. This one is Prior Longworth. No, Prior White, but it's empty. And the last one, Prior Loom. It is empty, but there's a scorched outline of a corpse on the inside of the coffer.
Ooh, you think this is the guy who got torched upstairs in the mural? Nah.
Could be.
Could be.
Oh boy, that would suck. Even if after you're dead, you still keep burning and burning your own coffin. Boy, that'd be rough.
And then this goes around a corner, huh? To the south.
That's what it looks like.
Do we want to take a peek, see?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Yeah,
Around here?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, no.
How far do you want
it's
to go?
oh yeah, yes, yeah.
Should we send Apu out?
It's going to be like a
let's
giant.
Let's go check it out. The hell.
I'll take
I'll walk
point
up
if
to
you
the edge
want.
of the pool. Yeah.
You see that there is this entire chamber seems to be a big cistern. Sandstone blocks make up the walls and floor. Dripping algae-drenched ceiling up above. The ceiling is domed, maybe 10 feet above. The reservoir that is before you fills up the entire chamber. Very murky water. But there's a radiant purple glow that emanates from below.
Does it look like this that you could? Is it standing? Does it look deeper?
Does it look like the radiant purple glow that we saw before?
That was a murky.
It's very murky. You can't really discern how deep it is, but like the entire water is violet with this light.
I've had enough of green things.
And Alex, does it appear that the water is it running to the cistern or is it running from the cistern like this way to here? Or is it going the other direction?
That is a good question. We'll say it flows into the cistern.
Okay. Which would mean that if it's flowing into the cistern, there's got to be somewhere where it's going, or it would just constantly fill up, right? And then overfill and flood the whole place. So there's a drain or something there.
As you're hanging out here, you see that the water starts to kind of like roil a bit.
Uh-oh.
Some ripples, and this giant catfish head kind of perks its way up out of the sludge and just is kind of like staring at you. Big kind of, those whiskers emanating off of its face. It's just looking up at you.
And you mean it's like really large?
Very
Or
large.
Very large? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably
Let's speak to
at
it.
least like 10 feet long.
I'm gonna see if it speaks. I'm gonna say hello.
It looks at you, and it like you hear a voice in your head say, "Hello!"
Whoa, talking fish. Do you guys hear that?
Let me stop you right there. I'm not really talking. I'm thinking. And I am
Whoa!
broadcasting these thoughts directly to your mind. How does it feel?
Feels weird.
Huh?
It's like vibrating in my skull. It's kind of strange.
I've seen a lot of things. I could send a few images your way if you want to take a peruse of what I know. You seem like friendly enough.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Just don't show me anything that'll make me vomit like that flesh room across the way.
Oh. Okay. He sends like an image to your head of there's like 3 very attractive young women that have they seem like they have like kind of stopped a traveler on the road. He's like got like a cart. That's not anybody that you recognize, just like some guy, some human. Looks like he's got a cart full of, sacks and maybe a couple of crates and boxes and such. He's got a donkey that's like carrying the cart forward, but they're being like overly flirtatious with him. And you can see there's a little hesitation on his face, but he's over time kind of warms up to them. And eventually he like kind of steps out off the cart, like kind of gets down on the road with them. And they just seem to kind of convince him to follow them into the woods, and he just leaves his cart behind, and they disappear into the it appears to be the same trees, some of the same trees that you've passed by on the road in this area, and he just disappears. And then you awaken from the vision, and the catfish is just like, I don't know what that is all about, but that's just one of the many visions of the Dolmenwood that I have. You want more?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, is Geoffrey okay? He keeps staring off at the fish.
And all they hear me is like talking to no one.
And he keeps saying okay, which can't be good, right?
I don't know. Is this the first time he's done it? I haven't seen him do this before.
Well,
He once
He's-
wandered off.
Yes, he did.
Wanders off?
you weren't there for the wandering off, were you? Oh,
No.
man. Oh, my. Oh, my. Well, let's just say that it ended up in a trip to the elf hole and back again.
Oh, I went to the elf hole. I was there.
Yes.
Geoffrey, he sends you another vision. This one, you have perception of a great city that's built up around a castle. And your perception, you see a big, large cathedral in a square. People walking about, lots of guards, kind of patrolling this area and such. But your vision is kind of drawn towards the castle. You pass through the gates, all the way up to like the precipice of the castle's front doors, leads you in, starts entering into this winding passages and such until eventually your perception follows this like drain pipe and you're down in the depths and the dungeons of this place. Then you see, as it's following, kind of these tight little nooks that only like maybe a rat would be able to fit through. You eventually are looking into a secret chamber where a stone throne sits atop a great pedestal. There's a young human girl there who looks fearful, who is tied down atop that pedestal. And you see a knife in the dark and a sacrifice. Blood running along the pedestal. You could feel that there is a presence on the throne that you can see, but you can't see what it is. It's just you know that there's a great evil that this girl is being sacrificed to. And as you're, give me a save versus spell. And how much down, how much are your saving throws right now?
Me?
Yeah.
None.
Oh, you
I
didn't get hit. Okay.
Yeah. So my spell is 14, so I got to roll over that. And I rolled a 14. Does that save or not?
If you meet it, you save.
Ooh, okay. So I do save.
And I see we have Turbo KKV says, is this the Abbey in Barovia? It's probably borderline as bad. Yeah. This is in Dolmenwood, the Abbey of St. Clewyd. So the method or the reason for your saving throw, Sir Geoffrey, is you can tell that the catfish is trying to entice you into being curious about that place. And the catfish is like, "Isn't that pretty weird? Do you know what that place is? That's Castle Brackenwold. Can you believe it? They're committing human sacrifices below the castle. I'm not making this up. You should definitely look into that, man. You're a knight. People are dying. Innocent people, like that little girl.
That's terrible.
I know.
How did you see this?
People tell me things. The water tells me things.
Water tells you.
Yeah. Water has a long memory. This has been going on for ages.
I'm gonna look over at Topsy. I'm gonna notice he's kind of doing his thing there. Whoa! What's up, guys? This fish is talking to me in my brain. He's showing me crazy stuff going on at Castle Brackenwold. He wants me to go check it out.
Did this happen the first time you wandered a bit? Did you like have a vision? You were like, I'm gonna go investigate it, and then you wandered off. Is this a common occurrence with you?
I mean, it's happened a couple times.
Silver, do you get a sense is that catfish a fairy creature or something?
Well, it is about 30 times the size of a normal catfish, so probably magical or something. I'm not sure if I could tell it's fairy. I don't know if I can detect fairy. I don't have any. What I can do is I can detect magic or try to, but I have to touch it.
I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
don't do
ask it what is it and what it's doing here.
I'm
Thank
just
you for showing me this, but who are you?
Oh, I don't know if I really have a sense of identity. I'm just a catfish.
With a sense of justice.
Well, it does seem wrong, though, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of messed up. What do you know about this place, though, that we're in here? How'd you get here?
I swam. I just followed the water. The water brought me here. I used to be just a little guy, but there's something. The water here is something special. I'll let you know. It allowed me to. All of a sudden, I realized I could talk to people like this. That never happened before. I got real big. It's kind of cool. There's some. Haven't really seen any people around here for a while though. Maybe about 80 years ago was the last time I saw anyone. There were some guys. They were from that town that I just showed you. They were like holy guys
that were here. Yeah. Do you know what happened to them?
Well, it seemed like they were trying to reclaim this place or something. I talked to one of them, and he seemed all right. I haven't seen him. Oh, I don't. Sir something. Sir Darius or Sir Drago, something like that. There's definitely a D name. Yeah.
And they said they were trying to reclaim this place. So this place was not the Abbey before that?
Topsy, what are you doing?
Trying to get into his psyche. Maybe I pretend to be a catfish. He'll listen to us.
Is it working? Is it working, Geoffrey?
No, I don't think so.
All of a sudden, like all of you are hearing voices in your heads. Hi.
Oh, echo.
Hey.
It's in the teeth, and really, it feels weird. It buzzes.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Catfish. What's your name?
Lillibeth.
Oh. Do you want to see a vision?
Wait. I don't know. Can you see what's in my head?
I could try. Nope. Doesn't seem to work.
Oh, well, that's somewhat of a relief. Sure, show me a vision.
He'll show you. Okay. He'll show you a vision of a lake, a large lake. Your perception is kind of drawn down, deep down into the lake through all sorts of aquatic life and such, both large and small. Eventually, you're down on like the bed of the lake and kind of crawling alongside it. There's all sorts of things that are submerged down there, boxes, old boats that sank. Eventually, you see yourself creeping up on a little. There's a cavern down there along the floor, and your perception is drawn inside, and eventually you're pulled up out of the water. This cavern. There's like an air pocket or whatever in there, and you can see there's a large dragon that is slumbering, coiled up around this like island inside the cavern. And on the island is a little girl that you recognize, Paulith, who is alive and well, reading some texts, steeped in some study.
Oh,
and then image breaks.
Oh, what's your name?
Catfish.
Catfish. Thank you. That was a perfect vision. A little bit, maybe too perfect, but I'm going to take what I can get. Thank you.
It's so perfect. It was showing people getting murderized and sacrificed under Castle Brackenwald.
I saw Paula. Probably with.
Castle Brackenwald?
No, I mean, she didn't look like she was being sacrificed unless, being cuddled up with a dragon and reading books is being sacrificed.
That sounds scary.
She looked happy.
Well, last time we saw her, right, she was running off with a creature. Maybe that creature turned into a dragon.
Well, since it's underwater and it has demonstrated its displeasure a couple of times. I think it.
Thomas Silver, I think these two are losing their minds to this catfish's telepathy. I think it's making them see things they want to see and be the heroes they want to be. I don't know what they're doing. They're like, wants their visions and stuff. What are they doing? And I'm gonna go full hands on your cheeks. He's like, I don't know what's going on here, man. Catfish, where I'm from, they're nasty little creatures, and I don't want to be here much longer than we need to be.
Oh, you have a point. It was too perfect. It's a perfect vision. It would be what I would want to see. I don't know why Sir Geoffrey would want to see human sacrifice in the bottom of the castle, but maybe that's the hero thing, right? So we gotta go.
Something else too, right before that, too, right? That was my
Women.
The
guy
three
up in
women.
wood.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
but-
three women, yeah. In Titan.
That makes
Right.
sense for Joffrey because
that
he would
was
be
close
trapped with
by
that
here.
immediately.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I thought
That
so.
is why
That's
it's
kind of a
just
warning
one
for
off
you,
into
bud.
the wood.
Don't do what that guy did.
What can you tell us about this place that we're in now? You said that people left 80 years ago, but there's some weird purple thing in the water up there. Have you ever swum around that?
No, I say in here that weird purple thing. He just kind of shudders. Ugh.
What is the purple here in this cistern, Catfish?
Oh, you think it's related?
It's possible. Yeah.
Possible.
You're talking catfish. I mean,
That
it's
makes a
highly
lot of
possible.
sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. It's okay, because the water is right next to that thing and it filters down and collects here and yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm not special, I know. I'm just a catfish that happened to be here and is taking advantage of these superpowers, but that's
I wouldn't
okay.
say you're not special. I wouldn't say you're not special.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Do you want to see something? I can show you something cool, probably.
You know what? I think I'm going to pass. Honestly.
That's probably good. Actually, yeah, Lillibeth, you need to make a
Apple in
saver
my
spell.
head?
I forgot. You need to make a saver spell.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
The catfish of distractification.
Okay. How do I do that on here?
Roll a d20.
Okay. Where are my dice? Sorry. It's like I haven't done this in forever. Just roll a d20.
It has to be over your spell save number or match it.
Okay. So tell me how to roll a d. I have to type it in. 'Cause I don't have my
Slash
dice
roll space 1d20 if you're using
Thank
Foundry.
you. Slash roll 1d20. Man,
Your spell is 15.
it didn't do anything.
Put space.
Yep.
I
I'll
think
do it
it's
again.
just /R, right?
There you go. Oh,
Four.
didn't make it.
Oh no.
Oh, what's happened?
You're obsessed with visiting the place that he showed you. So
Oh well, that's nothing new. I was already obsessed
Well-
with the place that he showed me. Except for now, I
But-
know where it is.
now you're obsessed with visiting the bottom of Lake Longmere.
Oh no, it's not good.
So that could be problematic for your health.
Certainly, it will be. And guys, we gotta finish this now because we've got something better to do. Especially if Geoffrey wants to be a hero, because we gotta go and we've got to see Paula. Surely she's really okay. We gotta
Paula?
do it now.
Now. I think it's a great idea, Lillibeth, and in fact, that's what we're going to do. Absolutely, but unfortunately, a very important required thing for us to complete is the situation in front of us, because we have to get the resources we need to go get Paulith, right? Winking it to everyone else.
Well, let's do it then.
Okay, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, well, Catfish, thank you. Thank you. You've shown me what I need to do, and I am going to do it, and they're going to help me. So, thank you.
He bids you goodbye as he dives back down to the bottom of his little lair here.
Deuces!
So I'm mindful of the
Boy.
time here. What would your characters do next?
Will we go up towards this passage here, or we check the doors, you think?
Probably doors.
I'm thinking doors. Yeah. You want to 1 to 3 is the south door, 4 to 6 is the north door.
Oh, shit. I was trying to, like, ping it, but I just opened it.
So
South door it is.
South door it is.
I'll tell you, I'll kind of run through this real quickly. You can't even touch these doors as you try to go towards them. It's not like there's a force field or anything. It's just like literally something like holds you back. You're not able to like approach the doors. Both of them appear to be warded.
Portcullis.
Portcullis.
That is a good question.
I would like one thing I would like to try on that, Alex. I want to put one of those gold holy symbols on. Yeah,
the abbot's stuff.
Yeah, and see if
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
It doesn't.
But it does turn into a zombie.
We may actually need our priest.
Yeah.
To maybe try it.
There were other ways down. Maybe that those entrances lead to a different part of the crypts, like the abbot's room.
Mm-hmm.
There was the abbot's room they said was a way down, and then there was also the statue. We haven't run across that statue yet. Maybe we do need to go north and check out that pool. Maybe there's a statue in there.
So the grate is built into the stonework, so there's no way to like really remove it unless you had some really extraordinary magic or something that could, or really heavy, equipment. So
there's no like mechanism or device or anything like
nope.
that. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think we go north to the stairs.
All right. To the north, as you approach this room, this is, I think, an room. Okay, so you go up here. Sandstone blocks, walls, floor, ceiling. Ceiling is 10 feet high here. Waist-high swirling water floods the chamber, strangely warm. Rotting planks and beams drift on the surface of the water. There's a creaking and clanking, like water wheel apparatus kind of in the northeast side of the chamber. And you see a submerged, choked drain. Oh, where is that? Maybe that's what is at the bottom. It's at the bottom of the pool here.
There's a drain that is clogged?
Let me just see. Yes, it is clogged.
Knowing time-wise, I'll say 1 second, and I'll produce. Go ahead.
You're probably going to turn back relatively quickly as you approach. Let me share the image of what is hanging out in here.
Yeah.
I take it those stairs go down, right?
Yes.
And the room is kind of filling up. Okay.
This is a 7-headed hydra. Indigo scales, fins, and frills dominates the water as it comes into view as you approach. It has 7 different heads. One kind of humanoid-looking one that has a lioness's head, a bloated boar, a golden-eyed serpent, a raven-locked seer, and a goggle-eyed crone, and a cow with an upside-down head. So this is quite the bizarre, monstrous thing that comes into view. Running away in your current state?
Oh yeah, we're gonna run.
Yeah.
For another time.
No highs to this one, I think.
So I kind of wanted to just run through those last pieces because you have like kind of nowhere else to go down here. So
And will it follow us?
it doesn't follow you. Yeah. I'm assuming like you just like this is like Ghostbusters in the library, like get the fuck out, like we're taking the stairs up to where it can't follow us.
Yes.
So with that, there doesn't seem to be anywhere else you can push forward through here. You do have the tip about something at the abbot's house. but
Right.
you got the 3 kids back with the friar.
Right. Well, if we go ahead and we could go ahead and camp out, I guess. Can we do that and come back without taking the kids back home?
I guess maybe the DM would just suggest. I don't know what your time pressure here is in exploring this.
Other than
Yeah.
other than getting the
I think we
kids.
gotta take the kids back. I think we took a shot at it and found a 7-headed fucking Hydra.
Like
Yeah.
I don't want to
would
push
agree
you
on that.
towards a conclusion, but I don't know if there's really logically there's no reason why you need to rush to do anything here at this
Yeah.
present time, given how beat up you guys
Yeah.
are.
Right.
Yeah.
But you will
go.
still have a trek back. You guys still have to get to Prigwort, which is
Yeah, which is
probably where
not
we're
close.
picking up next time is trying to get to Prigwort.
Yeah.
And clearly we might have to come back here. It's not like we haven't
I
done
mean-
that before either.
We're gonna have to.
Think of all the more of the holy men we can loot. There's
Let's
so
go
much
back with a
money
little
potential
tent.
here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big XP run, so we'll calculate all that for you here while we're offline. Yeah, fun session. Sorry I went over. It just seemed like we were moving forward, so I didn't
Making
want to stop the
progress.
Sure.
progress. But why don't we end things off as we do with a round of gratitude?
I'm
I'll
gonna
start.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna throw mine right towards Geoffrey. That's right. I'm calling you out. Always love just like the random shenanigans. Like I'm gonna talk to the catfish and just totally pull up with the antics I'm doing. Just like doing whatever this is and just dancing in front of you. He's be like totally cool with it. Just like answering all the weird questions I'm asking. Always the fun stuff.
That's funny because I was gonna throw mine out to you because I thought the whole dancing and slapping my face and everything was a lot of fun, and it just your character is always like right there with the lollipops, with the chocolate cake to brighten up the mood. I love it. I love your guy.
So why not to Chris? Just good to have you back. And it was nice having the lore and the bard at the background and just the sort of thoughtful consideration of everything that's going on, and also having a nice 2-handed fighter whenever we needed. We needed someone to kill some zombies. So
Absolutely.
put the magic.
Yeah, it's hard. I think my gratitude is going to go. It's going to have to go to Geoffrey because you stayed in characters so perfectly for the most part, and did all of the things that that Geoffrey would do, including, as you said, talking to the catfish. But it was great to be able to have the interaction between all of us. I will have to call that out too. To me, that is my gratitude.
I did like the conviction of I will not sit back and do ranged attacks.
Right.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to go the cheesy route and just say that my gratitude goes out to all of you for being here. This is really kind of about the first D&D I've played in 2 months, and I just had a ball. So it's good to be back.
Good to have you.
yeah.
Well, thank you all for being here and making us making this a great Saturday night. Thanks everyone who's watching or hanging out with us yet. We appreciate it. I think we will be back in 2 weeks. So we will get back on the road and we will finally get to Prigwort and see if you might be able to sell some of this wine. So and all these other trinkets and
All the other stuff.
can't wait
yes.
to see you explain all that loot that you
I
got
was
to the
gonna
friar.
say
That'll be fun.
Better armor,
What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
silver weapon.
We're
Yeah.
just gonna give all the religious stuff to the Grimalkin to sell at the market.
there you go. That'll go real
There you
well.
go.
Let's see. I'm gonna check real quick. I don't know if we have any friends that might still be on that we can pass a raid off to.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. I don't have any D&D people, but we will raid Mr. Mikey. Unlikely. He's probably playing some music. So, cool. We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks for hanging out there.
Thanks for the rerolls.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes. Much
I
needed.
can't even do that.
Bye.